and heading toward Westmoreland. Highway 16, near where Highway 16 and Highway 77 come together. That's the rotation on this is showing up right now. So folks in Randolph, you should be taking shelter right now. If you're in Oldsburg, again, it's going to arrive in just a couple of minutes. Other storms down the line, this one near Wakefield is not severe just yet, but it's rapidly developing. If I put it into motion here, you can see how quickly that's gone from nothing to a strong storm. This storm in Dickinson County has hail the size of quarters so far and winds to 60. I'm going to see if it has spin on it or not at this point, but it probably does. And there's a very significant chance that we'll see this one having a tornado warning issued shortly. So right now the spin on that's not impressive yet, but this one is getting there near Randolph and over to Oldsburg. That's the strongest rotation of anything we have going at this point. Now farther down the line, it's the northeast corner of the state. Once you get up into areas in Brown and Nemaha counties, we're seeing more development there, and this storm just went severe in the northeast corner of Brown County. So we have more severe storm warnings being issued, and the one tornado that's potentially in place there near Oldsburg and Randolph is where it's located. So again, this thing, you can see already, it's already got a hook here just southeast Padonia, northeast of Hiawatha. It is not a tornado warning yet, but you can see how rapidly these things are getting the hook structures on them. Now most likely it will take a little while for that to spin enough to produce a tornado warning, or a tornado actually, but so it may be a problem on the Missouri side of the state line for the actual tornado potential, but it also has big hail with it. Look at this. They're saying the hail could be over an inch in diameter there with that storm. All right, so back down the line, we just add another severe storm warning. These are coming in fast now. The storm I just showed you near Wakefield that wasn't severe a moment ago, now is a warning with it. So we have 4 different warnings, 1 tornado warning, and this is going to become a lot of these shortly here. So Randolph, take shelter now. Oldsburg, take shelter now. If you live along Highway 16 between Oldsburg and Randolph, you need to take shelter now. There's a potential tornado coming your way. Go ahead and take the feed from Mike Sharus again. He's getting closer to this thing, and he's got poor cell service, looks like, at the moment. Stay on that feed, if you will, there. This is also Jeffrey Winger. He's a storm chaser out of Dickinson County who's getting in position for that storm that's over in Dickinson County near Abilene. So he's getting in position for that storm as well. And again, Mike is on the storm that's over there getting closer to Oldsburg and Westmoreland. All right, go ahead and take me back to the radar, if you will. Thank you very much. So Randolph, Oldsburg, take shelter now. Everybody else in the area, we have a tornado watch going until 9 p.m., but most likely we're going to see that threat continuing at least until 10 p.m., if not a bit later. So this is just getting started. I expect to see several hours of this going on. As a matter of fact, this storm that's near Oldsburg, I truly expect that storm to still have a tornado warning with it when it gets over to Westmoreland and even beyond there. I really expect that to have a tornado warning with it probably for the next hour or maybe even 2 hours. Doesn't mean long track tornado, but it means that the storm will continue to rotate for quite a while, as in an area where the atmosphere is extremely unstable and we still have several hours of daylight left. So this is moving to an area where things are less volatile. It's actually moving into an area where it's more volatile and more likely to rotate and produce potential for a tornado. There's the view from Manhattan looking north toward that storm, just seeing if I can get eyes on it from that camera there that's at the Stormont Vale Manhattan campus looking north, and I can't see, it's suspicious in the top middle, but I think that's too far away to actually be it. So that's what we're seeing there. And then from Concordia, I was showing this a little while ago, what you really see from Concordia is just how much energy these storms have as they're erupting to more than 50,000 feet up in the atmosphere and then leveling off, and they're producing the rotation. And again, the potential of having tornadoes with these is going to go on really all evening long, I fully expect. All right, so again, tornado warning right now for the Oldsburg area and Randolph. You are in the most dangerous position of anybody right now, of any of the storms that we're tracking. And the rotation on that, again, is Doppler radar indicated. I don't have it as a confirmed tornado at this point, thankfully. But the rotation on this, right there, near Randolph right now, going east toward Oldsburg, right down Highway 16, just crossing over Highway 77 there. But on down the line, we are going to be looking at this going toward areas like Westmoreland. So Westmoreland, you're not in the tornado warning just yet, but there's a very high likelihood with the extreme heat and humidity out ahead of this. There's also nothing below this. So in some situations, Westmoreland, this is why I'm so worried about you right now. In many situations, you'll have storms kind of south of it, and you can have the storm south kind of zap the energy, and maybe something will weaken or fizzle or whatever. What you got in and around Westmoreland, even up to Onega, and even over to Holton right now, I want you to realize that south of that storm, there's nothing to interfere with this storm. The temperature's still into the 90s. The heat index is still close to 100 degrees. Dew point is still 73 to 75 degrees. There are a lot of reasons to believe that storm will continue to at least be rotating and probably have a tornado warning with it or an actual tornado as it gets over in the eastern part of Potawatomi and even over to Jackson County. So I'm giving the heads up right now. Holton, I expect you to have a tornado warning within the next maybe an hour. It may take that long to get over to you, but this thing is an area that it certainly will continue to be favorable to rotate for a while. This other storm here in southeast Clay County, kind of the same thing. Nothing south to interfere with it. This one going toward Abilene, also in a position where it could continue to rotate freely for quite a while here. So again, areas like Westmoreland, Onega, Holton, you're not in a tornado warning yet, but it won't be long, and you could be. Manhattan, you'll have to be watching for this storm coming from Wakefield, and then farther to the south, areas like Chapman over to Junction City. The storm is coming across Dickinson County is going to be a problem for you, very likely within the next hour. Okay, so the storm now coming out of Saline County, moving to Dickinson County, is starting to spin. So we do have some spin on it. I'm not saying it's the tightest spin that I've seen, but it is starting to have some, yeah, there you go, the hook there near Solomon. I'm monitoring my chasers here as well as I'm talking to you. And let's see what we got going on, if I can get some traffic cameras here on 70 and see what's going on over there. All right, so take the other source, if you will, Denny. This is KDOT at the Solomon exit. This is the Abilene exit looking east, and Chapman, not a problem yet. This is what we've got on Jeffrey Winger's camera there. He's in Dickinson County, close to that storm near Abilene, and that's what Mike Sharuas has. And watching the right side there is where the potential tornado would be, on the right side of his video, as he's getting closer to that storm that's just passed by Randolph and is heading down Highway 16 toward Oldsburg, and that could be funnel on the right. It's at least the lowering there on the right side of that shot. Let's wait till Mike gets over this hill here. And yeah, he's definitely in the right area for this, but that's on the right side of his shot there is going to be the potential for a tornado that could touch down. All right, back to the radar here, guys. So it's very likely for us to see a tornado warning issued for this thing coming by Solomon shortly here. I fully expect that to get a tornado warning shortly here. This storm, just southeast of Randolph, the rotation on that looks like it's just southeast of Randolph, so I'm seeing the rotation right now. But still, Oldsburg, you should be taking shelter immediately from this. Westmoreland, again, I'm going to call you guys out several times here. And the thing is, this evening, with the way this is setting up, these can, if these stay out as individual cells, we may be able to give you a lot of lead time for some towns. Again, Onega, Westmoreland, Wheaton, you're not in this tornado warning yet, but the next one you could be, is I expect that one to continue to rotate. So right now, the tornado warning goes until 7 p.m., and I'm going to read the full data on it, see what we've got. Let's see what the Weather Service has to say here. All right, tornado warning remains in effect. They said it was located over Randolph, moving east at 30. So 30 miles per hour is the speed they've got on this. And there's no confirmation of it touching down at this point. And it's going to be going kind of over the north edge of Tuttle Creek Lake. Let me turn the radar part of this so we can see the map underneath it. So there you go. It's really right over Tuttle Creek Lake right now. is where the potential tornado would be, is going to be just southeast of Randolph, right over the north end of Tuttle Creek Lake. And Oldsburg is certainly, in the path of this and very close to it. So again, I don't see signs that it's down at this point. I don't have any reports that it's down at this point. This storm is rotating stronger now. That's going to almost surely have a tornado warning in a minute. So this is the northwest part of Dickinson County, close to Solomon, and the spin there becoming more evident just north of I-70. That'll be moving to the east, or kind of to the right here on your shot. So Chapman, you'll be in the path of that. I know Chapman had the big tornado. I know there was a big one in 2013, and that went just south of town, or 2016. I think the one that hit Chapman was in 2008, the F3 that actually hit and did take some lives there. But the big one in 2016 was an F4. Thankful that one went by. So, all right, back up the line here near Hiawatha. You've got the severe storm warning still for the northeast corner of Brown County. This is hail the size of $50. It has a hook right there. So if you're in Brown County and you see a hook to this, that wouldn't be a big surprise. It doesn't have a tornado warning yet, but it probably will. Let's take Mike again, please. And what I want you to see here is the shape on that. Yeah, there's a funnel. So you can really see this has a bowl shape there on the bottom of it as Mike's getting closer. So he's traveling closer to this tornado warned storm that's getting close to Oldsburg. What exit we passing there? Is that the Enterprise exit? So he's getting closer to that. And then Jeffrey is in very heavy rain now in his location. So, but Mike is getting closer to that storm with the rotation that's heading toward Oldsburg and toward Westmoreland. All right, back to the radar if you guys will. Thank you, Denny. So the storm in the northeast part of Brown County is actually becoming more serious. That one's looking more like a hook every moment. All right, so this storm that's near Randolph and Oldsburg and is heading east at 30 miles per hour. You need to take shelter right now in Oldsburg. It's going to eventually start to come across, got Highway 13 over here. It'll be coming that direction. And then Westmoreland's going to be in the path of this. I'm going to give you a distance from the storm to Westmoreland. Again, it's moving 30 miles per hour. So from Westmoreland itself over to the potential tornado is just about 14 miles. So you've got some time there in Westmoreland to go ahead and figure out what you're going to do. But I can tell you it's very likely that will still be a tornado warning when it gets to Westmoreland. Manhattan, Fort Riley, Ogden, you could have a tornado warning issued at some point here. This area near Wakefield, Milford, you could get a tornado warning out of that. The one that's farthest to the south in Dickinson County is more likely to get a tornado warning, but this is spinning now, right there, near Wakefield. Okay, there you go. Near Wakefield. That will probably get a tornado warning in the next few moments here. So it's not yet, but I can tell you it has spin, and areas farther down the line there would be Milford. You could have the tornado warning issued for Fort Riley, Ogden. I don't think they go as far as Manhattan with this one, but in a few moments here, you may have your apps and your weather radio screeching with a tornado warning for Riley County, and it won't be all of Riley County. You've got the tornado warning up here in this part of Riley County, but if you have another one issued in a moment here, it's going to be for this rotation that's near Wakefield. Wakefield, I would take shelter right now. You're not in a tornado warning, but I'll tell you, that thing is rotating pretty strongly, and I would go ahead and take shelter there in Wakefield. For folks in Saline County getting over into Dickinson County here, that rotation is becoming more persistent. It's also heading closer to the radar. It's still a good distance from the radar, but it's showing up very well there on radar as it moves east, paralleling I-70. So that storm could result in a tornado warning for parts of Dickinson County and over into Gary County, and most likely it will. If you look farther down the line here, as a matter of fact, you're also seeing more storms developing farther. I'm kind of moving myself over here so I'm not blocking quite as much of the radar there. But you can see more severe storms developing farther down the line in Ellsworth, Rice County, and that activity is moving northeast too. So if you kind of look at the line of storms we have here, we have the individual supercells. They're kind of starting to group up a little bit, but not that well. But the stuff's all moving to the east. If you're in Clay Center, Concordia, Belleville, Washington at this point, you're probably getting out of the threat of this. But areas to the east of this, which includes most of you watching me, you're still going to be dealing with this severe weather threat for a few hours here. So right now you got this tornado warning that is south of Oldsburg. I'm going to roll that in motion again. Go ahead and take me back over to Mike's video, please. Here you go. So Mike is following that tornado warning. He's got a great look at this from where he is. That's the rotating part of the storm. On the right side, you can see the extremely heavy rain. And, this does not look like it's down right now, which is great news. And it's not a rain-wrapped tornado at this point from what I see. You can see heavy rain off to the right, which is the south side of this. And he's got a good look at that storm. So let's check out what we've got from, that's Jeffrey Winger. He's over he's in Dickinson County. He's locked up in the rain. And again, that's the view that Mike has right now of that tornado warning. All right, let's go back over to radar, please. So there's the rotation on this. So Oldsburg and Westmoreland should be taking shelter right now. And I'm trying to get... All right. So the storm near Oldsburg has the tornado warning with it right now. And what we're looking at there is this heading toward Westmoreland. That's the storm you got right there. This one does not have confirmation of it touching down at this point. So we are watching that one closely. Oldsburg should take shelter. Westmoreland, you got a few minutes before it arrives, but you should take shelter in Westmoreland as well. Highway 13, Highway 16, where they come together right in the path of this, and the tornado is coming over the north edge of Tuttle Creek Lake. That's where this potential tornado is at right now. Farthest to the south, this is the tornado warning that's getting closer to Abilene at this point. So I'm sorry, not a tornado warning, it's the rotation that's getting closer to Abilene at this point. So I'm going to put the velocity back up on this, and the rotation on this one is getting more interesting. That's it. Just northwest of Abilene, probably staying north of Abilene, we'll see. But again, that one's got a lot of rotation with it, and it has plenty of daylight and warmth to keep it going for quite a while here, and certainly a good chance of seeing this thing produce a tornado, or at least continue with tornado warnings for a long time. Take me back over to the other live feed, if you will. So here's what I've got. That's Mike, and Mike is actually on the Dickinson County storm. He's close to Abilene right now is where we are, and he's looking west at it. So this is coming toward him. So this one is, that's where Mike is at. I thought he was in the Westmoreland. He's not. He's on the one that's near Abilene. You see a lot of upward motion there. I don't see a well-defined funnel or anything. So, but that's the storm that's developing rotation right now. All right, come back to me on the radar, and you'll see that storm on the radar is showing more signs of rotation right there, northeast of Solomon, northwest of Abilene. As it rolls into motion, you can see it as it develops. Now you've got the reds against the greens here as it gets farther along. So it's taking time for it to gather steam and kind of get momentum. But that one's serious. That's going to be moving toward Chapman, and could be a problem for Junction City, Manhattan, even Fort Riley. To the north, this one is the north edge of Tuttle Creek Lake. The spin on this one, I'm going to check it out. We've got it's still south of Oldsburg. I'm going to try to check in from the Stormont Vale Manhattan campus and look across Tuttle Creek Lake and see if the camera gives me a look over there at all. And sometimes I can pick things out from a long distance, and sometimes you just can't. So this is going to bring up my camera there. So this is looking from the Stormont Vale Manhattan campus, looking to the north across Tuttle Creek Lake, and I just don't have eyes on it there. I just can't pick it out there. All right, so more updates here. What do we got? All right, they dropped the tornado warning for part of Riley County, but they continued across the county line there as it moves over into Pottawatomie County, of course, and is no longer in Riley County, so they continue the warning over on the Riley County side. But folks around Oldsburg and folks in Westmoreland, you should be taking shelter now. Go ahead and take me back to Mike's view, if you will, again, please. And so that's what he's got. And this has got clouds just, almost on the ground. But I don't see anything in there that's necessarily got a tight rotation. but he's right in the right spot. All right, so folks around Abilene, we're watching you guys for that, and right along I-70. And that storm that I'm showing you right there, that's heading toward Junction City over the next hour. So Junction City, Fort Riley, that we're watching that one close because it's heading your direction. All right, back to the radar, please, guys. So here's what we have on the radar here. The rotation on this tornado-warned storm is just south of Oldsburg, heading east toward Westmoreland. And we'll check the velocity on this again, keep track of the location of this, and it looks to me like it's kind of straight south of Oldsburg. I'm going to check debris and see if we have anything flying. I don't think we will, but it's good to check anyway, and just sometimes you'll pick it up with debris. So what I'd be looking for here, there's a new tornado warning. Okay, so Westmoreland, now you're in it, and they've taken it farther south. And I'm sure this is the same rotation, but I'm going to read the text to you on this. So new tornado warning just issued, and this includes Pottawatomie County, only Pottawatomie County till 7:30, and they say that this is going to impact Louisville and Westmoreland in the path. They don't say it's confirmed, and they have it moving east at 35. So they sped up the velocity on this. And the old storm warning, the old one goes till 7. They may even drop the old tornado warning because it looks like it's outrun the box it was in. And now we have tornado warning for Abilene. Go ahead and take Mike again. Oh, his shot just died. There we go. So Mike is on the tornado warning. And my goodness, you can really see the striations of that. That's a serious storm. I think that's a funnel cloud dropping down the middle of that. Okay. Junction City. Heads up, guys. Abilene, you should be concerned about this for sure. That's a serious storm, and it has plenty of daylight and plenty of time to produce a tornado. It's moving toward Enterprise and Abilene right now. Bring back the radar, please, guys. So Mike is on that one. That's near Abilene right here. And you can see the rotation on that right here. Abilene, you should be taking shelter right now. My good friend Mike is on it, and I don't see it down, but it's got a lot of potential. That one could get down any moment here. So that's the potential tornado there near Abilene, heading south, heading east toward Enterprise. So that's a serious situation. And down the line, that's going to get into Gary County almost for sure. So Gary County, including Junction City, you may be in a tornado warning soon here. Westmoreland, I'm watching you guys. That's this storm right there. We've got the rotation just kind of southeast of south of Oldsburg at this point, and they drew the new warning around this area right there. So I'm going to erase that and show you kind of the area that has the most suspicious spot. This bright area of green. Am I on the wrong radar? Premium Max 1, you're on Max 2. Thank you. Okay, we're on Max 2, Max 1 now. Thank you. All right, so the most suspicious spot there is this, this brighter area, this bright green that's showing up right in the middle of that. So this is it, near Carnahan Road, and it's going to be south of Highway 16, south of Oldsburg at this point. So if you're in Oldsburg, you can breathe better that this is probably staying south of you. And to the north, is that another rotation near Oldsburg? I don't think so. But it looks like Oldsburg is going to stay south of you. Westmoreland, you should still be concerned about this. Very concerned about this. I'm going to check out the velocity again, give you time of arrival for Westmoreland and for Louisville on this. As again, they say it's moving roughly 35 miles per hour now, so we'll take it out. We've got 35 miles per hour right there, and it's going to be Westmoreland at 7:07 p.m. is what they've got. For Louisville, it's going to be a little longer than that. It's going to be more like maybe 10 minutes after 7 or even 7:15. So Louisville, Westmoreland, you are in the path of a potential tornado. Go ahead and take me back over to the other source, guys. I want to see what Mike's got on his shot again. And this is potential of a developing tornado in the middle of that. So, and Mike has a good view of this. Close to Abilene is where he's located here. And the storm is moving toward him. So while we could see the structure a little better, kind of the mothership, spaceship look earlier, that's when the storm was a little farther away from him. And this is Jeffrey Winger, who is close to the same storm. And he may have the lowering there. Yeah, it looks like he does. So they're both on that same storm that is very close to Abilene at this point. And we'll check out the KDOT shot there. There's KDOT at Abilene on I-70. And I can't see anything from that at this moment. Solomon, also not seeing a lot there. But again, these guys, Jeffrey and also Mike, both have got great positions on this. All right, back to radar, please, to Max 1. Bring me back to Max 1, please. Bridge, can you bring up the radar? Denny, bring up the radar. Max 1. All right, so again, we're looking at Mike's shot right there. That's what you got right there, is potential of a tornado that could touch down at any time from that shot. That's awfully close to Abilene at this point, is where he's located. And again, he could have a tornado touch down there at any moment. So that's a serious storm. And that one's going to be moving toward Junction City in the next hour or so. So around Junction City, you've got to pay really close attention to that one. That rotation these guys are tracking is right here, just to the northwest of Abilene is where it's located, and it's moving to the east. So the rotation on that is not extremely strong, but it's evident, and it's continuing to rotate. This one is strengthening, and it's moving east-southeast from what I see now. So Westmoreland, Louisville, this is a serious one. And also Wamego wouldn't be out of the path of this one. That storm, if it continues doing what it's doing, it's a tornado warning. You can see the brighter greens showing up there as it's intensifying. That could even be a storm that Shawnee County has an issue with in the next hour. I was mentioning Holton and Jackson County. We also have to watch for Topeka up to St. Mary's, Rossville, Silver Lake. We could be dealing with this coming close to Highway 24. It's moving more to the east-southeast than it was initially. And overall, it'll probably favor more of a due east motion. But right now, it's making more of a move to the east and southeast. So we got to watch that closely for folks that are farther south, not just Jackson County, but possibly even for folks in Shawnee County. So the rotation on that right about here now. And again, it's moving to the east at 35 miles per hour, but it looks to me like it's got more of a southeast motion. And you can actually see, well, the Weather Service issued this warning, I think they said east. I'm going to make sure it's what they said, and I'm not misquoting them here. So, all right, so the motion on this east at 25. They just updated it. Okay, they updated it saying east at 25. Wall cloud east of Tuttle Creek Lake. Okay, so that's what they've reported on this, but they've still got it going east. But what I see there on their warning is the top part of the warning goes straight east, and the bottom part of the warning favors a southeast area of uncertainty, if you will. So they could have had it kind of fan out evenly, but they really have it's more fanning out to the southeast, being the area where they're allowing for error. All right, check my storm spotters again. Other source, that's the view from Jeffrey's camera, close to the Dickinson County storm. That's from Mike on the same thing. And neither one of them have this as being on the ground at this point. And there's the view from the Abilene I-70 camera from KDOT. All right, back to radar, please. There we go. So we've got this tornado potential there, just southeast of Oldsburg, and heading toward Westmoreland and Louisville. Bellevue is close to that as well. I'm going to check the debris on this and loop this. I don't see debris flying, thankfully. They did say there's a rotating wall cloud as a report on that. And the other storm here with a tornado warning on it near Abilene. This is moving slowly. It's just straight north of Abilene, it looks like now. And both of these have got significant rotation on them at this point. All right, so there you go. There's actually two different areas of rotation in this, the strongest of which being that right there. And sometimes you'll see that in these storms where they don't rotate in the same area all the time. They kind of cycle and do different things. Okay, so you can see right there, it kind of split off. There's a rotation here in this area. And then that's, let's see, 48. So that's 6 minutes ago. Roll up to now. It's not moved a whole lot, but right there, that's the area of the most significant rotation on this. Just north of I-70 and north of Abilene. That's going to be the most dangerous part of that storm. It's not racing fast down I-70, but still, Junction City, you need to be watching this close. And you can see that both the warnings that are most recent warnings both have that favoring an east-southeast movement where they have the bottom part of it fans out, allowing for more area. More of an area of uncertainty to the south. This one is the same thing. It's almost straight east on the top, and it goes east-southeast on the bottom side of it. So they're looking at these and trying to give it more error potential on the southeast side instead of a northeast movement. So that's an interesting part of this right now. All right, so let's try the camera there from. It's just so far. I'm just not going to be able to pick it out from Manhattan, I don't think. I keep trying, but I'm just not able to get it. So this is another attempt there from Manhattan. Let's see if it comes up. So that's a live look from the Stormont Vail Manhattan campus. I'm going to turn it farther to the east there. I think it's just so far off on the horizon there, I'm just not going to be able to get a look at it. I'm going to be looking from other cameras here shortly as it moves a bit more, but for right now it's just kind of out of my reach for the eyeballs that I have on it. All right, over to the radar again here, and take me to the radar. There you go. Thank you. It'll come up. There we go. Still tornado warning here for the Westmoreland area, and Isaac, if you can hear me in there. Isaac, come in here, yell at me if you would, please. I don't know if anybody behind the scenes there can grab Isaac and have him holler at me, please. All right, so I'm going to check the velocity here. The potential tornado would be southwest of Westmoreland at this point. Can you tell me if there are any weather pictures coming in? I'm not able to look at all. So if something comes in, you see a tornado, let me know, okay? Thank you. All right, so potential tornado right there. Southwest of Westmoreland. The distance on that, we're going to be looking at this being roughly 8 miles southwest of Westmoreland right now, and moving kind of east-southeast at roughly 30 miles per hour. So that's going to put this heading toward areas like Emmett, Bellevue, Mayetta, Prairie Bend Casino could be in the path of this, Holton. There are a lot of locations that could be in the path of this. And as we look in closer at it and kind of put it back in motion, what you'll see is there are brighter colors showing up on this as it is intensifying. That's an intensifying storm. It's not moving a whole lot closer to the radar as much as it's just moving it's just intensifying is what it's doing. The other storm here, this one's really intensifying. Take me to the other source, guys, please. Again, thank you. So there's the view. That's what Mike's got now. Again, we're looking at the storm near Abilene. That's his position, not down. There's a shot from Jeffrey. They've both got great positions on this storm coming out of Dickinson County for sure. And then we'll go to the KDOT camera again quickly there. And KDOT, if you guys are watching, point that camera to the north, please, the one that's at exit 275. So KDOT, if you can point that camera north, that'd be great. Back over the radar, please. So here's potential tornado on this one. We have two of them. Either one of these could produce a tornado anytime. That right there, just straight northwest of Abilene, just across the interstate, is a potential tornado at any time here. And that's moving to the east. So as it moves eastward, Junction City's here, you got Fort Riley. It may stay south of Manhattan depending on if it stays east or what it does. But Junction City, certainly be on the lookout for that storm, and we'll continue to cover it here, of course. This storm is severe. I haven't looked at it in a while, but near Milford, I'm going to check rotation on this one. It still says hail the size of quarters, and the rotation on that is not as impressive as it was a little while ago. Now this one, this is almost surely a tornado at this point. Right there. That, just about to cross Highway 13, is awfully close to a tornado. If it's not, it is awfully close. So south of Westmoreland, we're going to check debris on that. I see something suspicious. I don't want to call it debris because I'm just not sure. But from what I see in the rotation there, I do see a rotation on that that's more significant than it's been. Let's go back a frame right there. That frame, this is almost surely a tornado or a funnel cloud that's close. That's at Carnahan Road and just west of Highway 13. So that's where this is located, kind of to the south of Westmoreland is where that's going to be. So let's check the southwest of Westmoreland, that is. And that's moving toward Louisville, and Westmoreland's now been cropped out of that tornado warning. So Westmoreland's no longer in the tornado warning. But Louisville, you are, and this is going to be dangerously close to Louisville. It's 13 miles away. So, you know, maybe it'll change directions. I'm not going to say it'll weaken because I don't believe it will. But that's a dangerous storm that's heading toward Louisville from what I see there on the radar. Okay, I'm just trying to get more eyes on this to see if I can get a look at these things. Okay, so looking across from Manhattan, now this is actually dipped farther south, and we've got the view from Manhattan. Might get a look at this since it's actually coming more southeast instead of staying so far north across the lake. So this is the storm, has potential tornado that's now moving toward Louisville, and we can see that now from the Manhattan Stormont Vale campus, and it's moving to the southeast toward Louisville. So from Manhattan, you're not in the path of this rotating part of the storm, but that's it, looking to the northeast across Tuttle Creek Lake. And I don't see a funnel cloud there. It could be on the other side of rain, but that's it, as it's moving more southeast instead of east. And it even looked like it might have been going to the northeast initially, but this storm is moving southeast now toward Louisville, is surely the latest path on that. So that's a dangerous storm with the rotation intensifying there from what I've seen the last couple of frames as it's moving south of Westmoreland and really heading toward folks that are in the Louisville area. All right, new severe storm warning issued a moment ago. And they are saying 70-mile-per-hour winds for parts of Potawatomi, Riley, Wabaunsee County. That's this big purple area that goes down to Wabaunsee, Wamego, and does include the city of Manhattan. So what they're saying is that this part of the storm, the bright green there, is possibly a rear flank downdraft. Isaac?
Good video just sent in by Darla. I just approved it. It's low-hanging clouds here in Tuttle Creek Lake. So
Okay, all right, thank you. So this may be a rear flank downdraft, but it's strong straight line winds coming toward Manhattan right now. So if you're in Manhattan, you're about to get strong winds. It could be up to 70 miles per hour. Wamego, same thing. So that's a severe storm warning for you guys. That's not the tornado warning. That's south of the tornado warnings. The tornado is up here. And what you'll have many times is the tornado will actually wrap the wind around and blast some strong straight line winds south of the tornado or potential tornado. But the tornado itself, if there is one, is straight southwest of Westmoreland and moving toward folks that are in Louisville and around Louisville right now. So the mileage on that about 7 miles southwest of Westmoreland. You're in the path of potential tornado right now in the city of Manhattan. You have a severe storm warning that's just been issued because of strong straight line winds, it looks like. But the rotating part of that should stay north of folks that are there in Manhattan. All right, leave the radar up here for me, guys. Just leave it like it is. I'm going to try to bring up our source with the pictures from viewers, and that's a serious rotation showing up there on that camera near Abilene now. All right, I'm just trying to bring up the weather pictures so I can have that available as well. All right, take the other source, guys. This is a video from Daria looking across Tuttle Creek Lake a little while ago, and that looks like a funnel cloud to me, is what it looks like we're seeing there on that shot. So probably a funnel cloud with that's heading toward Louisville is what you're looking at there in that shot from just a couple of minutes ago. Thank you, Isaac, for helping me with that. There's the shot from Mike's dash cam. and Jeffrey has that shot right now. I do want to check quickly the view from Abilene on KDOT as well, because that's getting awfully close to that potential for a tornado. Okay, back to the radar, guys. This storm is dangerous, no doubt about it. That's a well-defined hook there. You can see the anvil out ahead of this. That's a very powerful storm. And the other storms up here, the tornado warning continuing for the folks in the Westmoreland area. You're out of that one. Folks in Louisville, you are still in this tornado warning. And the rotation of that looks like it's going to be still just southwest of Westmoreland. But folks in Manhattan, you are very likely to be dealing with strong straight line winds as the rear flank downdraft on this part of the storm. And the RFDs, or rear flank downdraft, can be extremely strong, no doubt. So just being, when you're looking at a storm like this, we focus on the tornado, of course, but the stuff around it can be very dangerous as well. The rear flank downdraft can do all kinds of damage. I'm trying to get the got KDOT camera over there ready for that. And we're going to bring up the Manhattan camera again there. But again, if you're in Louisville, if you're south of Westmoreland there, you should be taking shelter right now. I'm checking an update from the Weather Service here. Okay, so there is the view in Manhattan right now from the Stormont Vale Manhattan campus is what we're looking at there. And the severe winds are moving into Manhattan right now. I can't see that the trees are bowing over at this moment extremely, but no doubt you're just about to see severe winds moving into at least the northeast side of the city. And probably the majority of the city will be dealing with that. But the northeast side of the city, very high likelihood that you'll be looking at severe wind moving in the next few minutes here. Okay, if not already. Back on the radar here, there is the severe storm warning. They've dropped the tornado warning with that. So let's see the text on this. So right now they say they've canceled the tornado warning for Pottawatomie County. Severe storm warning remains in effect, so they don't see enough spin there to continue it. So most likely what you've got is the RFD, the rear flank downdraft, has caught up to the potential for it to produce a tornado, and the cooler air from the rear flank downdraft has shut it off. That can happen sometimes. So fortunately, they don't see enough rotation with it. Now I would say if you're in Louisville, Wamego, Bellevue, heads up. This still has potential. It's going to have strong winds, no doubt. Right now, there's no tornado warning with it. Over here to the west, there's an area of rotation there just west of Fort Riley. I'm going to check it on the reflectivity. That part of the storm is not impressive on the reflectivity, but it does have some spin with it. So Fort Riley, you're about to see a spinning wild cloud go overhead that they don't have a tornado warning with it, and I wouldn't say that necessarily that they should, but that part of the storm is spinning, so we're going to watch that close. And over here near Abilene, they've actually dropped the tornado warning on that one as well right now. I'm going to check out the view. Take me back to the source, guys. Back to the chasers. I want to see what they've got on this. Denny, can you take me? Oh, thank you. You got it. So there's the view from Mike. So he's in the right spot, and we've got Jeffrey's in this as well, and both those guys have got good looks at it. So right now, there is no tornado warning with that storm. They've dropped it at this moment. I want to bring you back over the radar, if you will. So I'm going to show you the reflectivity on this. There is a very powerful hook on this, just kind of right along I-70. And the rotation on it is still there. It's right on I-70. I think there are enough storm chasers on it. They probably dropped the tornado warning because nobody sees it down. And if nobody sees it down, then it's not a tornado. They're in a perfect position to see it if it was going to do it. Take me back over to the storm chasers again, please. There's their shot. So again, if you're in Junction City, this is coming your way. So I'm watching you guys very closely with this. It's going to be the shot from I-70 at Abilene. Yeah, look at the road sign shaking in the wind there on the right side of the road. So these winds are at least 70 miles per hour there, I-70 at Abilene. So that's what you got there on I-70. Chapman exit, a little farther down the road, kind of the same thing with the road sign there on the right side there. You can really see it swaying in the wind there. Milford exit, not a problem yet. And then the west side of Junction City, you're going to be dealing with a storm within the next hour. But right now, storm chasers don't see it down. All right, back over here to the radar. And if I don't have something with a tornado warning or some high-end severe winds, we will go back to programming for a while. So we have 70-mile-per-hour winds continuing, heading for Louisville, Wamego, and the town of Wabaunsee. That's moving southeast and could even get to Paxico. So right now, oh man, I'm afraid to pitch out of this. If we pitch back to TV, then we're going to be back in a tornado warning 3 minutes after I do it. If we do, is what I'm concerned about here. But right now, if you are in Louisville, Wamego, St. George, you have a storm with 70-mile-per-hour winds that has a history of tornado warnings at least. And it's still got spin there that's heading toward folks around Louisville. There's a new tornado warning, okay? Who's this for? That's going to be the one that's coming across Dickinson County. Okay. Okay, so they've issued a new tornado warning there for this storm that's in Dickinson County. Let's read the text on this. They say located near Abilene, moving east at 10 miles per hour, very, very slowly. And they say funnel cloud there reported in the last few moments. So we have a funnel cloud with that one, and they've issued new tornado warning. So moving 10 miles per hour, that's all we have is a forward speed. This comes across Dickinson County. And if you're in Junction City, again, you have to watch this one super close. Maybe it'll stay south of Junction City. We'll see. But right now it's a tornado warning that includes folks around Chapman and right across, just right down I-70, north of Enterprise and near Abilene. It's east of Abilene now is where they have the tornado warning. This thing to the north is still a severe storm warning. And again, they're saying that it probably has a rear bank downdraft or RFD that's creating the strong winds in Manhattan right now on the west or the southwest side of this. But I still see rotation in that heading toward Louisville and Wamego. So for you guys, I would not take my eye off of this one. I'll take a little drink of water here. So that's the view in Manhattan right now from the top of the Stormont Vale Manhattan campus. And that storm, again, winds are likely 70 miles per hour with that in and near Manhattan. And you can really see the sheets of rain there streaking across the roof of the building there with the stronger winds now getting at least into the northeast part of town. Now this, look at the radar. I'm going to zoom in on this closer. There you go. And near Louisville and Wamego, I'm still concerned about the indentation there that could be, had a tornado warning with it earlier. There's still an indentation right here, a significant area of rotation on this. This is all strong winds, likely 70 miles per hour close to it, getting over to St. George in just the next few minutes here. I'm going to bring up the camera from KDOT at St. George. Go ahead and take the other camera if you guys will, or the other monitor if you will. There you go. So that's at near St. George, Highway 24 at Flush Road is what we're looking at right now with that shot. And then in Manhattan, there's also a shot here at Scenic Drive at K18. Now, this is the southwest side of town, and the wind doesn't appear to be as strong there with this. Looks like it's worse in the northeast side of Manhattan. But that shot at St. George and Flush Road on Highway 24, that's going to get very windy here in the next couple of minutes. All right, back over to the radar, if you will, please. So again, I still see rotation right there. That's going to be located near Flush Road and Louisville Road is where that is. That's the most dangerous part of that storm if it was producing a tornado. Now the other camera, the KDOT camera we had is on Highway 24 near St. George. So there's St. George and Flush Road. That's exactly where it is. So in the next 30 seconds here, I'll bring that one back up. You're going to see it get blasted with wind. The northeast side of Manhattan, getting strong winds right now, likely 60 miles per hour. The other camera I showed you was farther down to the southwest. That's why it didn't look as rough on K18. But in the city, the northeast side of the city especially, the winds are very strong right now. And that strong wind moving to St. George, with Zendale, Wabaunsee, Wamego, you're all very likely to be dealing with strong straight line winds here in just a few minutes. To the west, now we have a confirmed tornado. Okay. So let's take the storm chasers again, please. What do we got? So confirmed tornado near Abilene. That's Jeffrey Winger. He's out of Dickinson County, so he knows this area very well. And then we've got Mike Sharuas is out there. I'm going to see if I refresh his, if it'll come up. That's a Festiva commercial. No. So there we go. That's Jeffrey, what he's got in his shot from his dash cam. And let's try the other camera from KDOT at Abilene. So again, a confirmed tornado with this now. So around Abilene, Chapman, take shelter immediately. You have potential tornado. It says have a confirmed tornado is what it says from the Weather Service now. And looking at Jeffrey's shot, I can't tell if it's down or not. All right. Bring back over to the radar, please. So here's the details on this one. We've got confirmed tornado, and that is going to be just east of Abilene. And the radar is not showing on this one for some reason. So let's read the text on it anyway. There we go. All right, they've carved a little bit of it off, but let's see the actual text from the Weather Service, what they say here. All right, 7:15, confirmed tornado 2 miles northwest of Enterprise, moving east at 20 miles per hour. So they have a confirmed tornado right there, moving east at 20 miles per hour. So it is Enterprise is in the path of this. Chapman looks like it would stay just south of you, but a confirmed tornado with this is near Enterprise, reported in just the last couple of moments here. So if you're there, okay, take Mike's shot. Take the other camera. There you go, please. There you go. That's the shot from Mike Sharuas, and he's on this. So apparently this touched down at some point in the last few moments here, and we didn't see it live on one of our cameras here. At least I can't see it in the shot. Sometimes it can be so faint that you just can't see it through a monitor, and that's certainly a possibility as well. But that's what Mike's looking at right there, just west of the town of Enterprise, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Potential for a tornado. They said it touched down here in just the last couple of moments, so that's what you're looking at right there, just west of the town of Enterprise, moving toward Enterprise. So Enterprise, take shelter immediately. If you're in Junction City, you should be paying attention to this, as it may move into Junction City in the next half hour, 45 minutes. But for now, it's a Dickinson County problem with a confirmed tornado, they're saying, with that is near Enterprise at this point. And you can see that's just an amazing shot of the rotation, the bottom of this storm. So that's what Mike has. Take me back to the radar again. So there's your tornado. Mike just showed it to you with his live camera. That's confirmed tornado located 2 miles northwest of the town of Enterprise. It's going to come across Highway 43 in the next couple of moments here. Isaac, if you see that touch down, yell at me, okay? I'm going to leave it just like it is, but if you see it, just holler at me, please. So the rotation on that, again, it's confirmed tornado, is just south of I-70 right there. And folks in Enterprise, you should be taking shelter immediately. This is going to start moving over into Gary County in the next half hour or so, and you could see a tornado warning issued for Gary County. That's a real possibility. Up the line here, we're still watching this severe storm warning that is moving toward Wamego. It's St. George is dealing with strong straight line winds right now. There's the part of this that's got the strong winds is here, where I'm kind of filling in, and there's a rotation that's very close to Louisville right now, where I've been concerned about you guys in Louisville for potential. And it did have a tornado warning issued with it earlier. Right now it does not. Right now it's a severe storm warning, but we're watching that one around Louisville because we may see it reissued. I don't know that it will be necessarily, but certainly it's in an area of this rotation. All right, let's go back to the other source, guys. So this is the storm that is bringing winds of 60 to 70 miles per hour to the northeast part of Manhattan, heading toward Wamego. This is how it looks at Highway 24 at Flush Road. And we've certainly seen this camera look wilder than that in the past. So right now, that's the view we have there. I do want to see how I-70 looks. We get back over to Abilene again. Whipping across Junction City, just kind of traveling west. There's Chapman. And I want to see if we've got this. This is looking to the east. So if there's a tornado, it's kind of on the right side of the interstate there is where it would be. I don't see it there, but I certainly see a good look at the bottom of it there from Mike's shot. And Jeffrey's still Jeffrey's not quite in position on it yet, but Mike certainly is. Again, it's a confirmed tornado with this. They're saying it's down, so it touched down in the last few minutes, or at least somebody reported that it did. The Weather Service, right in the middle of that, is where this would be. So folks there around Eskridge, you should be taking shelter right now for sure. Okay, come back to me on the radar, please. So that's the view there. Again, so if you're around Louisville and Wamego, you're just about to see strong straight line winds, probably 70 miles per hour close to it. Wabaunsee could be dealing with this as well. Farther to the west, this is the confirmed tornado right there. Confirmed tornado warning is what this is. And, it could touch down for 15 seconds. And if it does, it's still a confirmed tornado. So they have the warning going out for a while and still say that. So I don't know if it's still on the ground or not. We just looked at Mike's shot. I don't see it down, but the warning itself says confirmed tornado warning. It's going to be coming right across Highway 43, very close to the town of Enterprise. So let's loop that, and you can still see the rotation is just to the northwest of Enterprise. Very slow moving. It's moving at 10 miles per hour. So it takes a long time to get one of these across a county at 10 miles per hour, obviously. But we do have a confirmed tornado with that. And I'm going to check the debris here and see if I see anything flying. And I'm not 100% sure, but right along Highway 43, there may be some debris from what I see there on the radar. So the next thing we'll be concerned about here is if this continues, which it probably will for a while, we'll be looking at the southern part of Gary County. Junction City maybe will stay south of you, but then we'll have to also worry about folks in Morris County. So we're talking about White City, maybe Council Grove, maybe Alta Vista over into Wabaunsee County if it continues. And there's nothing south of it. We're getting a bit later here at 7:21, so we're still warm enough for these to have plenty of fuel and warmth to continue. But there's nothing south of that storm to cut off its moisture supply, so it certainly can't continue. Another aspect of this is once the sun goes down, you would think these storms would die down. But in this case, we have a low-level jet stream that's likely to kick in, which could keep these things going, at least 10 or 11 p.m. I mean, there's a real chance of this going for several hours here. Okay, so in the Louisville area, you've got strong straight line winds moving in. Wamego, same thing. St. George is very windy right now. And the lead edge of this bow segment right there, kind of right on St. George, heading for Wabaunsee, that's where the strongest winds would be on this. And if this one was to start to misbehave again and produce a tornado, it's this area right here that's almost to Louisville is what we're looking at for a potential if it starts to rotate again. Right now it looks like it's becoming more of an RFD and an outflow from that storm, kind of cutting off its chance of really spinning. Near Enterprise, look at this rotation now, right there. You really can see that. Take the other shot, guys, please. There you go. That's Mike's shot of this. Mike Sharuas, the antler collector, and you can see very well the rotation on that. But if there's a tornado, it's almost surely rain wrapped at this point. But that's how it looks just north of Enterprise. All right, take back the radar again. And now what I'm seeing here is the rotation looks like it's jumped south a bit. The strongest rotation of this is now south of Enterprise. A couple of frames ago, it was northwest of Enterprise, but now it looks to me like it's gone south of Enterprise. That's where I'm seeing it now. Okay, so now we are we no longer have a confirmed tornado. Now we have a tornado warning for the same area. Let's check the text on this. So, and then storm spotters, just like Mike and Jeffrey, you know, these guys, they know what they're doing. If they're reporting this to the Weather Service, letting them know they don't see it on the ground. So that's why it's now just a tornado warning instead of a confirmed tornado. So that's a big difference in status here. Okay, 722, they say capable of producing tornado, 3 miles northwest of Enterprise, moving southeast at 15. So I'm trying to figure out what the storm is doing. They're talking about rotation up here. I'm seeing rotation developing down here. And the hook looks like it's farther down here as well. So either way, Enterprise should be taking shelter right now. If you're around Enterprise, or you have friends and family there, give them a call and say, hey, could you please take shelter? That's the storm. And it's got a history of producing a tornado at least once. All right, up the line, there's a new warning issue that includes Shawnee County now. And it is a severe thunderstorm warning for winds to 70 miles per hour. It does not include the city limits of Topeka. But every weather radio in Shawnee County just started screeching. Everybody with a weather app that has Shawnee County included, their app just started screeching. So, 100,000 people or more in Shawnee County just had their phone or some device in their house screeching at them that there's some sort of warning. And if you're watching us here on the live stream or on WIBW TV, either way, the city of Topeka is not in the severe storm warning at this point. It includes Emmett, St. Mary's, it includes Rossville, Willard is in this as well. And I'm going to read the text on this to you. Each word the Weather Service has to say about the status on this one. 70 mile per hour winds, quarter-size hail, moving east at 35 miles per hour. So that's what they've got. 70 mile per hour winds and a quarter-size hail. That storm was rotating earlier. Now they're not seeing that. Okay, here, back into Dickinson County. I just mentioned a moment ago, I saw that rotation look like it's going south. Now they've got a new tornado warning there. See it? It goes farther to the south. South and southeast. They also say hail up to 2 inches in diameter possible with that. Maybe this thing will just stop and start cutting south and stay away from Gary County altogether. We'll see. I'm checking my chasers out, and they don't have great views right now. Let's check out the CanDrive map and the other system, if you guys will, please. So this is what it looks like at Chapman. The Chapman exit, the winds are probably 70 miles per hour close to it. And then getting over to Abilene, you can see the trees there getting a severe beating from the extreme wind from the storm. And the chasers are trying to get back into position on this. Again, that rotation seems like kind of jumped south. So that's the view from Mike. He sees right now. He's getting back around position so we can see it. Okay, back over the radar, please. So what we have here is this rotation is near Enterprise is what I see there. And I'm going to read the text of the new warning here from the Weather Service. They say, located northwest of Enterprise, moving southeast at 15 miles per hour, going until 8:15. Chapman, Enterprise, Moonlight could be impacted. So, but this thing has been kind of meandering. The rotation's been there for more than an hour, and it's been slowly creeping eastward, and it looks to me like it's kind of recycled and formed, and now they've got it moving southeast. But it's really just right over the town of Enterprise is where I would see this rotation being right now and moving to the southeast. So for folks that are in Gary County, Junction City, right now the rotation part of that is moving to the south. Let's check out the storm itself, the overall progress of the storm. So we have the kind of the anvil part of it up here that's still moving to the east. The rotating part of it moving to southeast. So if you're tracking the tornado part of it, it could be moving one direction while the rest of it's moving a different. So it doesn't mean that the storm's not going to get into Junction City or into Gary County or Morris County. It's just the current position of what could be a tornado. They say it's moving southeast at 15 miles per hour. The storm also has potential for hail up to 2 inches in diameter with this. And to look at the VIL here, the vertically integrated liquid is what you call this. And what I'm seeing there, the area of pink kind of gets bigger. That's more extreme hail. And you can see it here on the hail size as well. Now the Weather Service says this has potentially 2-inch diameter hail. And the yellow on there up to the orange, that's what that is. So around Enterprise, that's where we have potential for a tornado, and also the hail could be up to 2 inches in diameter. As I put that back into motion, you can see it's not racing eastward by any means, but it does have a lot of hail that's being tossed out of that storm. All right, the other storm up here that's moving across the southern part of Abundsey County and into southwest Jackson and northwest Shawnee eventually. This has potential of winds up to 70 miles per hour, is what the Weather Service is saying with this. And the worst of the wind is probably close to Wamego at this point. And I'm going to bring up the other source here and see how it looks at Flush Road. So bring up the other source, please. That's how it looks at Flush Road on Highway 24. And that's not terrible. Now I'm going to bring up I-70 here at the Manhattan exit. Bring up, yeah, I got it. It's all right. You're already there. So that's what it looks like with them. All right, back over to Dickinson County. Storm chaser still kind of getting into position there. And I'm going to check out the weather picture, see if we got anything coming in here. Oh, look at this. Yeah, that's a funnel cloud earlier. Colbert Hills at 650 from Dustin. That's a funnel cloud for sure earlier.
They just approved new ones too.
Okay, thank you. So what else we got there?
St. George, the first one's pretty interesting.
St. George looking north. Okay, so that's from Bailey. Submitted this one a little while ago. So that's a strong straight line winds most likely, but you could have a tornado form in something like that. So thank you, Bailey, for sending that in to us. And again, lots of pictures coming in here. But that one there, Colbert Hills, that's definitely a funnel cloud. This is looking northeast from Manhattan, from Jeremy Vest. That's a funnel cloud in the lower left part of that shot from a little while ago as well. But a lot of shots of this. This is Tuttle Creek Lake. This is from Deandra, and it's kind of sideways. So we're going to jump off of that one. All right, so thanks everybody for sending pictures. Just stay safe out there if you're doing that. All right, take me back to the radar, please. So again, that storm coming toward Wamego likely has winds of 70 miles per hour, at least close to it. And I'm going to try to bring up the camera there from the Wamego Telecom folks and see if we can see what that shot looks like. So this is the view there in Wamego right now. You can see severe wind in Wamego right now, right there along Highway 99 through town. So that's not a tornado. It's very strong wind, but certainly a dangerous storm that's there as well. So stay inside as it goes by. But this is not a tornado and not a tornado threat from what I see there near Wamego right now. So all right, farther to the southwest now. This is the tornado warning we've been tracking. And near Enterprise, again, this thing is just crawling. It's moving southeast. It's at 15 miles per hour, at least the tornadic part of it is. And the rotation on it, we'll check the velocity again here. And it looks to me like it's trying to jump farther south again. Yeah, the rotation on this looks to me like it's building farther to the south. So we had initially the warning was going to the east. They issued a new warning a couple of minutes ago going more southeast, and it looks to me like the rotation is starting to dive almost straight south with that. That's really a wild look. It reminds me of the storm a couple of years ago in the summer that went straight south from Marysville out of Manhattan with that straight south motion. Now as I put this, I'm going to go back in time a little bit farther to see kind of the 2-hour motion of this. So overall, the whole storm is making its way east just very slowly, and ultimately the severe part of this is going to make its way into Morris County, maybe southwest Gary County. But this rotation here, where the potential tornado might be right there, it shows up better on the reflectivity, but the other part of it shows the rotation farther south. This hook part of it is almost surely going toward Morris County, White City, Latimer, Council Grove. This is probably going to affect you. Again, it's moving super slow, but certainly it's still very likely to get into Morris County soon here. All right, farther to the southwest, now we've got McPherson getting in on the activity here with a severe storm warning there. This has hail the size of golf balls. This storm has hail the size of golf balls and winds to 60 miles per hour. Let's check if there's any spin on these, because this stuff could have Lyon County in its sights if it continues. We've got a rotation there northeast of Lyons, and a rotation just southeast of the town of Redmond is what I see on those. All right, so the tornado warning there in Dickinson County continuing, and we're tracking this. It looked like it would be certainly in Gary or Morris County or both by now, but it's moving so slow. And then taking that southeast jog. So at this point, it's still in Dickinson County. So folks around Enterprise, you're the ones that should be taking shelter, as this is closest to you. All right. And as the stuff is moving extremely slow, we are going to have more flash flooding likely out of this. There's another tornado warning with this. See, now it's kind of what I was showing. It's kind of making this flower shape almost. The first warning is going east. The second warning is going southeast. This one's going more south-southeast. So the rotation on that particular storm is almost turning, is what it appears to be doing. But we've had several, you still have all three of them on there, as a matter of fact. So the first warning's up here, going toward Chapman. The next warning from Enterprise to the southeast, and the next warning is southwest of Enterprise, going kind of straight south. Just amazing what that's doing. But Enterprise should still be taking shelter. Is there an area there with three different tornado warnings in the same spot? Look at that. This area right here, this little box, that triangle just north of Enterprise is under three different tornado warnings right now. So the apps and weather radio there is just absolutely screeching. It's going crazy. But right there, that area in Dickinson County is under three different tornado warnings at the same time. All right, let's read the text on this one coming in just a moment ago. And the Weather Service says producing a tornado 4 miles southwest of Enterprise, moving southeast at 15 miles per hour. So Enterprise and Woodbine are in the path of this. And zooming out, let's check the other storms to the north. We've got this severe storm that's going through the Wamego area right now. A new severe storm warning up north as well. That includes folks that are around Seneca and Nemaha County. Let's check out the text from this one. It does have a hook on it, but this one's considered to be radar indicated near Centralia. And the text on this one, we've got near Centralia, 60 mile per hour winds, hail the size of $50. And they mentioned the tornado watch is in place. So let's check and see if this one has any rotation to it, but it'll be moving just north of Corning, it looks like. And as I put this dude into rotation, or into motion, I don't see a lot of spin there, thankfully, but hail the size of quarters or $50 near Seneca, and close to Highway 36 and 63. So that's what we've got there. That's a new one, just issued a few moments ago here, again for folks there in Nemaha County, and that will likely move over into Brown County. So if it starts to spin, it'll take some time to get in motion, but it could be a tornado warning in Brown County in the next half hour or so if that one continues doing what it's doing, if it does start to spin. Now, the great news for that one, if you're farther north, is the storm almost straight to your south could eat up some of the energy from this and maybe keep it from producing a tornado, but really it still has a lot of open area across Shawnee County up into Jackson County that could keep feeding it, so it still has potential to strengthen. As we back up in time here, let's take it back, and you can see it actually developing pretty quickly right there, and going from not much of a storm at all to suddenly it's over Highway 63 with a hook echo on it. So these are all developing fast. I'm going to go up in the elevation here on the radar and see if I can see spin at different elevations on this one. Yeah, it's not as suspicious there was a phrase it might be, but it does have a hook echo with it, which is kind of the first step if these things go tornado. All right, so this one's still severe near Wamego with winds of 70 miles per hour, likely with this one, heading down toward Bellevue shortly, and then we'll have winds that could be that strong in St. Mary's. And ultimately, if that storm continues, and it's kind of diving southeast now, then it could be a problem in Topeka in the next maybe hour if it continues moving like it is. And we'll see if we can get a look at this one from a couple of cameras as well here. So this is a view from the WIBW transmission site. And not much to that one. And Wamego right now, let's see how the winds look there in Wamego. Yeah, still severe wind in Wamego right now in Boomtown. You guys have got, the winds are at least 70 miles per hour there. That camera updates, I think, every second, but you can certainly see the winds are very powerful there in Wamego with that part of the storm. In Manhattan, things should be calming down now. Still extremely heavy rain, but you've got, you're on the back side of that severe storm. Now I'm going to check out the rain amounts here, because flash flooding is likely to become a problem here. Again, some of these storms are moving 10, 15 miles per hour, extremely slow. So we've already got some areas here with well over an inch of rain. Now let's just do the 3 hour here and see what it shows. Actually, just the last hour. Let's do that instead. There we go. So right there in Dickinson County, you've got some areas here that are easily over three inches of rain in the last hour, and that storm is moving into Gary County and then over into Morris County as well. So you're going to have flash flooding almost for sure in Gary County and Morris County. Right now it's flash flooding in Dickinson County around Abilene, but that's almost sure to become a problem farther to the east in Morris and Gary County as well. All right, so here's a storm that's in Dickinson County, and again, this thing is still spinning. And there's 3 different tornado warnings on it right now. And the latest one has it moving to the southeast. If I back up a frame there it looked pretty impressive right there. But this is just continuing to produce rotation and just an absolute downpour of rain there over folks in Eskridge to New Bern, and gradually make its way over into Morris County. So the hook on that, there is a hook on it. It's going to be, let's see, how far we got? Maybe 7 miles away from the Morris County line, but as it's moving, 10, 15 miles per hour, it's certainly not getting over there in any sort of hurry. Take the other shot if you guys will, please. There you go. So, and that's Jeffrey Winger was there and just turned, but he had a shot of that lowering on this, as that storm there in Dickinson County looks like it's intensifying a bit. Can I back up on this? There we go. See if I can go forward a little bit. If I can find a shot there from what he had a moment ago. There you go. So that's the shot he had a moment ago. That's the part of the storm with the tornado warning in the eastern part of Dickinson County, which is just 7 miles off of Morris County right now. So that's the shot that Jeff had just a few moments ago with that. All right, go ahead and bring me back to the radar, please. And I'll put his shot back on live so that can keep going. We'll check back in with Mike in a few minutes. So tornado warnings all over the place. Is that a new tornado warning that just got issued? I think it is. All right, let me see what the text is on this one. Unless that's a new one to the north. All right, let me see what I've got here. See what the Weather Service just did with us. All right. They're continuing 2 different tornado warnings here. Let's see. Okay, 7:41, just a moment ago. They say capable of producing tornado located near Enterprise moving southeast at 15 miles per hour. That's one. Then they have another tornado warning here located. Looks like there's 2 of the same thing. I mean, they're both so similar. It looks like they're the same thing, but there's multiple warnings there over Dickinson County. So there's at least 2 different areas of rotation we're looking at that are both very close to Enterprise. So folks around Enterprise, my goodness, it's been just this wild storm for an hour now. Let's put this into motion. Let's go back a full hour and see how long this has been kind of spinning just right over from Abilene to Enterprise. That's not a long distance at all. So that's how far this rotation has gone over the last hour, is maybe 8-10 miles with at least 4 different tornado warnings have been issued for that same little area. But the rain's been extreme there, and the flash flood warning was issued just a few minutes ago for this. Let's go ahead and check out the flash flood warning data and see what this actually says. So rainfall amounts there, they say we've already got 3 inches of rain to fall, another 2 inches likely with this slow moving storm. But again, tornado warning there, flash flooding likely, and there are 3 different tornado warnings still continue there. We're finally getting some storms moving into the western part of Geary County, northwest Morris County. And these storms now have winds to 60 is what the Weather Service is mentioning with this. That's moving into the southeast part of Pottawatomie County and heading into Jackson County. So 60-mile-per-hour winds are not as rough. And I'm watching some chatter there from the Weather Service to see what they've got going on. There's the view from the WIBW transmission site. And I want to see the view from our 78th and Davis Road camera, if I can bring that one up here. So this is that view. I'm looking toward the storm there. Actually, I have that pointing the other direction. Let's turn that camera. All right, Manhattan has calmed down a lot there in the Little Apple, thankfully. And my camera here at 77th Davis Road turned around so I can point it into the storm. There we go. Now you can see it. So that severe storm is moving toward the northwest part of Shawnee County. Northwest Shawnee County is in that warning, and here's the shelf cloud from that. And if there's anything suspicious, I've got it right there in the middle of that shot. If it starts coming toward Shawnee County, I'll have it in that view. But right now, that one looks like it is primarily going to be strong straight line winds. And currently, the winds in this are listed at being 60 miles per hour, which is certainly not as bad as things could be. Now, just south of Wamego, the winds look like they've intensified. So let's get a value there. In that brighter area blue, we've got wind 63. So that's not extraordinary off the charts or anything. Farther to the north, let's check out the storm near Centralia and Seneca. It still has a severe storm warning with it. And it had a hook echo a few moments ago, and it looks like it has now moved to the northeast. We've got a hail core near Oneida. And it doesn't look like it's gotten worse by any means at this point from what I see there. All right. And still a potential for tornadoes in Dickinson County. I'm going to walk across here again. All right, take the other source, if you will, please. This is a live look there. Got a report of a wall cloud just a moment ago in Dickinson County. So again, we've got both Jeffrey Winger and Mike Sharuas are both over there in Dickinson County chasing that storm. We'll see how it looks from KDOT. Wow, look at that. Extremely heavy rain there. Strong winds on I-70. Wouldn't want to be driving in that. Okay, back to the radar, please. That may be a funnel cloud right there from that shot. Yeah, I think it is. Go back to that. Yeah, that's a funnel cloud. That's in Dickinson County right now. That's what Mike's got. That's a funnel cloud from his shot. So that storm that's in Dickinson County continuing to produce funnel clouds. It may have touched down a while ago. But again, it's 3 different tornado warnings there in Dickinson County now. All right, bring me back to the radar, please. Okay. So we do not have 5 different tornado warnings going right now, fortunately. We still have a lot of heat out ahead of these. The temperatures, let's check out the temperature and the heat index, as a matter of fact. So sunset is still about an hour from now, and these storms still have temperatures that are very hot out ahead of them. So this is definitely not done or calming down yet. The storm in Nemaha County looks like it just merged with the other storm, and heading into Hiawatha area shortly. That could be a dangerous one. So out ahead of this, we've got temperatures still deep in the 80s. 88 in Emporia, 88 Topeka, 88 in Lawrence, with the heat index value still much higher than that. So these storms have plenty of energy out ahead of them, and the risk of seeing higher and severe weather still very much exists with all this, or if something develops out ahead of the line. Across the state line in Missouri into Illinois, lots of warnings. There's even a tornado warning in Michigan right now. So there are a lot of different warnings associated with this storm. For us, the most dangerous thing we have by far is this that's moving across Dickinson County and just slowly crawling over into Morris County. So Morris County, interesting, there's no severe storm warnings in Dickinson County with that. It's all tornado warnings. They do mention hail the size of hail larger than golf balls possible there, but it's usually have a severe storm warning around a tornado warning. In this case, it's just all tornado warning on that. It's wild. They say capable of produce tornado 5 miles southeast of Dickinson, moving southeast at 20. That's faster. So moving southeast at 20 from southeast of Enterprise is going to put that into Morris County real soon. So we've got that storm right here. Let's check out the velocity and where we're located. They say 5 miles southeast of Enterprise. Let's map that. So distance from Enterprise, about 5 miles, right about there. So from there over into Morris County, you're looking at about 7 miles, and they have it moving southeast at 20. The overall storm has been just absolutely crawling, extremely slow. But we're going to see, in Morris County and Gary County, you're almost sure to have flash flooding from this, as it ultimately makes its way, over into Morris County and into to Gary County. Let's check out the view from Council Grove now. We're getting closer to Council Grove with the storm. So we'll be looking to the west-northwest. You guys take the other source again? That's from Mike Charouas, who's watching that storm in Dickinson County. So again, that's moving to the east-southeast at 20 miles per hour. It's the rotation is 5 miles southeast Enterprise, moving east-southeast. So and that's it right there. If it's going to touch down, that's it. Let's see if where Jeffrey's at here. Get his shot. It's in a different position here, but you can see the bear's cage there, the rotation on the bottom of that. So they're both in good spots there. On the right side, yeah, look at that. That's it. If it touches down, that's it right there. Okay. All right, so that's live video there in your Eskridge of a potential tornado. As we're looking there, just a couple of miles northwest of the county line. The county line from Morris. Okay. And all right, go ahead and put my radar back up, please. I think you already did. Okay. Still loading. It'll be there in a moment. There we go. Okay, so tornado warnings continuing. We have a new severe storm warning just issued there for Alma and Paxico. You're in a new severe storm warning for Alma, McFarland, Paxico. That's going to be moving toward the WIBW transmission tower. So we'll have an interesting look at that one. For Topeka, we still have this severe storm warning that's coming through St. Mary's now. Bellevue, Emmett, you are in severe winds right now that could be as high as 70 miles per hour. And that part of the storm does not have anything that looks like rotation in it, thankfully. But it does have severe wind. I'm getting my camera over in Council Grove pointing the right direction. I had it pointed to the north. I was expecting to see the storms coming from that direction, but for Council Grove, it's going to be coming from the west-northwest. So I'm kind of getting that situated over there. There's the radar again in Dickinson County, where we have 3 different tornado warnings still in place. Just unbelievable. And it's moving, just crawling. But they did say this is moving 20 miles per hour to the southeast now. So that gets a lot closer to the Morris County line. So right there, this is getting 6 miles across the county line there from Morris. So it won't be long before Morris is probably dealing with the tornado warning. It seemed like for a long time this would get there sooner, but it's clearly taking a very long time. To the north, what I want to show you here is a storm in Nemaha County. Has kind of joined up with another storm. You can see 2 of them that kind of joined up there, became kind of one storm that's over Sabetha right now. And this still has hail the size of quarters and winds to 60, and I don't see a whole lot of spin in that one, thankfully. So maybe you'll get away there with just seeing the winds to 60 and maybe some heavy rain. And it's been a while since you had that wild 7-8 inch rain a few days ago there. So hopefully you can handle that much rain with this one. Bellevue to St. Mary's. This has winds that are 60 miles per hour, could be as high as 70. And the strongest, the leading edge of the strong wind is almost to Paxico now, and almost to McFarland, making its way right down Interstate 70. All right, take the other camera or the other source if you guys will, please. So this is going to be I-70 at Alma, and a little west of there, there's I-70 west of K-99. So this is where the winds are kind of beginning to kick up there and get stronger. Back over in Dickinson County, that's a live look from Mike, and you can see a potential tornado right there in the middle of the shot. I can't tell if it's touching down or not, but that's it, no doubt. And that's moving to the east-southeast, they said at 20 miles per hour. Woodbine would be in the path of this. But right in the middle of that, you can just see see it all spinning. All right, take the radar back, please. So again, there's 3 different tornado warnings there in that part of Dickinson County. Or is it 4 now? Now we're in Morris County. So now we have a new tornado warning in Morris County. Morris County, the first time we've had you in a tornado warning here. And let's check out the text on this one. It's going to be for that rotation that Mike was just showing us there on his live camera. All right, so tornado warning now for east central Dickinson and northwestern Morris till 8:45. 4 miles northwest of Woodbine, moving southeast at 15 miles per hour is the motion, the location here. Harrington and Woodbine are on the path of this. So we've seen this thing rotating forever, it seems like. And now it's moving to the southeast. And it's the first time we've had Morris County involved in this. It's been Dickinson County for more than an hour at least, I'm sure, here. But now we've got Morris County involved in this. And they have it moving east, southeast at 15 miles per hour. So folks around Council Grove, heads up. This could be there. It's going to take a long time. But again, there's still a lot of heat energy out ahead of this. Wilsey, this could come your way. Latimer, this could come your way. White City, Parkerville, you're almost sure to get at least flash flooding out of this, and some hail as well. Let's see what the hail size is now on the hail parameter on this. Again, so Woodbine, this is getting awfully close to Woodbine. And the hail size in this, and that thing's just got multiple areas of spin. It's really wild to see. All right, the hail's not as big as it was from what I see here. It's still probably 2 inches diameter, close to it. And that's 30 minutes. So you can see the hail core is making more progress to the southeast than the actual tornadoes were. Okay, so this warning is over kind of a bigger area because it looks like they have the forward speed higher than it was for some of the others. So we're looking at, I think, 15 miles per hour southeast. Yeah, 15 miles per hour to the southeast. And they say hail the size of golf balls with this. And again, located just 4 miles northwest of Woodbine, the location. So putting it back into motion there. There's your spin, is right there in this area. Take Mike's video again, please. So that's the cloud. So that's what we're looking at with the potential tornado that's 4 miles northwest of Woodbine. And again, so for the northwest part of Morris County and the east central part of Dickinson County, that's this storm right here. And it's not said to be on the ground at this point, but it's a tornado warning. And you know, from looking at that shot, and we have a great look at this, if it's on the ground, we can't see because of the rain. It's really the definition of rain wrapped there is what we're looking at. All right, back over to Mike. So I was checking out Jeffrey's, and his signal wasn't coming at the moment. But if you just kind of watch that, you know, you can just watch it all spinning. Right in the middle there would be the tornado if there is one in this. So again, it's also producing flash flooding, no doubt. The location of that is northwest of Woodbine, just about 3 miles at this point is where it's going to be. Take it back to the radar, please. So here we go. Let's check out the reflectivity on this. So that's going to be moving into the northwest part of Morris County. If you're in Wilsey, you're not in the warning. If you're in Council Grove, you're not in the warning yet. And this thing is moving real slow, but the temperatures out ahead of it are still close to 90, and the dew points ahead of it are still in the mid-70s. So there's plenty of moisture and plenty of warmth to keep that thing going. You know, it could get to Emporia. It seems like it might take until next Wednesday to get there, you know, a week from now. But there's not a lot of reason to believe this wouldn't continue going for quite a while. All right, up the line here, we have a severe storm warning here for the Alma area, McFarland, Paxico. This is for winds to 60 miles per hour with this. I'm going to check the velocity and see if it has any sort of spin in this. And I don't see anything there that looks suspicious for rotation. Now, the northwest part of Shawnee County and the southwest part of Jackson County, severe storm warning for winds to 60 miles per hour as well. St. Mary's, Bellevue, over to Delia. That warning does not go up to Holton or Mayetta or Prairie Band Casino. You guys are not in it. It's kind of gone around as there's kind of a break in the action there. You can see that from the storm that's in Nemaha County down to southern Jackson, the storms are just not filling in there. So around Holton, you're going to get a downpour for a while, but looks like the severe weather threat may go around Holton altogether. Let's check out the watch and see if they've dropped some counties here. They did drop Marshall, they did drop Clay, they did drop Washington. I think Washington was in this earlier. I don't remember if Washington was in or not. I don't think you were. I think you were actually. But either way, they've dropped Clay and they dropped Marshall. Those counties were in this, and now you are not in the tornado watch anymore. So areas northwest will ultimately get dropped off of this behind this line of storms. Manhattan, for example, Manhattan and really all of Riley County, your chance of seeing severe weather from this is now dropped off dramatically. Fort Riley over to Junction City, extremely heavy rain continuing right now, but the risk of seeing rotating storms is probably south of I-70 in that area. So if you're in Junction City, Fort Riley, you're getting closer to being out of the risk of tornadoes, but the risk of flash flooding and even some hail still continues. For Topeka, a lot of people in the capital city are watching this line with potentially winds of 60 or 70 miles per hour that's coming toward Rossville and coming toward Silver Lake and Dover, Wakarusa and Auburn as well. We're all in this. I was kind of watching an indentation on the line there as well that is close to Paxico. And it doesn't have any sort of spin showing up on the velocity, thankfully. But there's just so much energy with this that we got to kind of keep an eye on everything that's out there. So I'm going to turn the camera from the WIBW transmission site so I can watch that one too. So this is going to be that. I'm going to watch this. This is from the WIBW transmission site. And what I'm watching here is to the north and northeast from there to see if there's anything suspicious in that area. Right now there's not. Thankfully, but I didn't like the indentation on that's moving to the east-southeast toward Rossville and toward Silver Lake. This is the view from Council Grove with that tornadic storm just over the horizon. You can see the sun beginning to set through the severe storm there. And we're going to bring the radar back up here. I'm going to check out the Weather Service comments. Okay. Just 1 minute ago, they continue tornado warning for Dickinson County. And it's amazing that they've still got the 2 different tornado warnings there, or 3. There's still 3. There's a sliver of one in the middle. There's still 3 tornado warnings there. So the northwest. Take the other source, guys, please. Take the other camera. There you go. So again, that's the potential tornado moving across the eastern part of Dickinson County, heading toward Morris County. That's getting close to Woodbine right now. So folks around Woodbine should be taking shelter for sure right now if you're not already. And the northwest part of Morris County is about to get into the spin on this. All right, so back to the radar, please. So Woodbine, you are real close to that rotation. Heading toward Latimer is close to this as well. But Woodbine is in this. You should be taking shelter right now. The rotation on that just almost right on top of Woodbine. And I'm going to see if it's moving any faster than it was. It really doesn't look like it. It looks like it's still it's just kind of creeping along. So it's definitely slow moving. So, you know, Morris County, now we'll be talking about Morris County with tornado warnings probably for the next hour and a half or 2 hours. I mean, that's a real possibility here. All right, so let's loop the reflectivity here. And what you'll see here is this is kind of the head of cumulonimbus cloud coming from the northwest to southeast there. The hook right in this area. And, you know, it is moving to the east-southeast. And you can see the hail core, the larger hail here. And all of it's kind of pointing in the direction of Council Grove. So ultimately this is coming into Morris County. That's where it's going to go. It's just moving real slow. But you can see over the last couple of minutes there, and I'll pause the radar, so you can see the kind of leading edge of the anvil up here. It's in White City now. A couple of minutes ago, let's go back, how far is that? Back to 7:44. 20 minutes ago it wasn't, you know, it's moved a long distance. Whereas the base of the storm, the part with the tornado warnings, that part's moving extremely slow, but now the top part of the storm is moving more quickly. So we'll see if it starts to become more of a wind event, maybe, but right now we still have the tornado warnings with it. This stuff is definitely wind, and it's not as impressive as it was a few minutes ago. So this, I take that back. Near Paxico, that indentation, I still don't like that. Okay, so still strong straight line winds near Paxico, almost to Maple Hill, near Delia. And that's going to move into Rossville and Silver Lake shortly here. And that storm, the warning says that the winds could be up to 60 miles per hour right now. And there are plenty of spotters in that area seeing this. So if they're saying 60, then they're pretty confident about 60 with that. And I don't see something on the radar to tell me otherwise, except for just looking at that indentation showing up there on the radar that worries me. All right, so that's the view from 78th and Davis Road. This is the WIBW transmitter, and that's Council Grove. It has the tornado warned storm just over the horizon. You can see the lightning there a moment ago. I was looking northwest toward folks that are around the Woodbine area. Anything wild coming in?
I just approved probably 30 new pictures, videos.
All right, bring me the other source if you guys will, please. And I just saw Mike had an amazing shot there. He's also in an arid bed. There you go. Look at that. So that's the potential tornado right there. It's grainy, but you can certainly see it. So that's looking at the storms moving into the northwest part of Morris County in a moment here. So that's still a dangerous storm. Jeffrey's in a drier area there. And Isaac said he just proved a bunch more videos that have been sent in here. So this is looking from 43rd and Wanamaker. Wow. Okay. What else we got there? Kind of looking at these with you here. This is near Alma and Deep Creek Road from Grace. Okay. Thank you, Grace. Anything else too wild in here? Okay. And so some flash flooding there in this one from Lily. All right, so still watching these extreme storms. And we're going to have some flash flooding. There's that shot of the potential tornado there in the south, the east central part of Dickinson County, moving toward Morris County. Again, we have tornado warnings with that, 2 different tornado warnings with it still are in place. Oh yeah, bring back the radar, please. Thank you. So the storm, there's a new severe storm warning there. Okay. So to the north, we have a severe storm warning that's in place here for Brown County for hail the size of quarters and winds to 60 miles per hour near Powhatan and Reserve, or sorry, Padonia. My fault. Sorry, guys. Morrill, you're in this. Fairview, looks like the worst of it's just past you. Reserve, this is 60 mile per hour winds, hail the size of quarters, probably at worst. Hiawatha, you're not in this. And this storm looks like it's an area that has not had enough energy to create any sort of higher end severe weather, thankfully. This storm has a new severe storm warning with it that includes more of Shawnee County and the east part of Wabaunsee County. And that severe storm warning, let's see what they have to say about this one. Weather Service issuing this just in the last minute. They say western Shawnee County till 8:45, 60 mile per hour winds, hail the size of Nichols, Rossville, Eskridge, Dover, Silver Lake, Maple Hill, Willard, and Keene all in the path of this. So that is for winds to 60 miles per hour still is what they're looking at with that storm. And that warning still does not include Topeka, not the city limits. The worst part of it looks like it's almost right to the Doppler radar tower, which is just southeast of Alma, a couple of miles, very close to Alma there. To the west, here's your tornado warning. This is still just crawling southeastward. Woodbine should be taking shelter right now. Woodbine, you have potential tornado very close to you, if not right on top of you. We had this confirmed as touching down a while ago, several different times with this particular storm cell. But it is so slow moving. It's just amazing how slow this thing is moving. So putting this back into motion, there may be some debris around Woodbine showing up. Not sure if it's hail contamination, but I think it's hail contamination. But there very well could be. Can't speak now. There could be some rotation with that or debris there. Okay, over here, that's a new spin. That's new. That's a problem. That's straight west of White City. So that could be a new rotation developing. And I'm going to make sure I'm keeping a real close eye on the camera there from the west side of Council Grove. Or from the east side of Council Grove, actually, yeah. So there we go. I'm going to bring that up now. So this is the view from the just barely east of Council Grove. And I'm going to zoom in a long distance there, and you can see that storm coming closer to Council Grove. So we're going to be watching that one really close. But that other indentation there, close to White City. That very well could be another tornado warning in the next few moments here. It's a real possibility on that. I didn't actually look at the velocity on it, which I should have done, but from just looking at the indentation there on the reflectivity and the position of it, that could be another tornado warning issue in the next few moments here. So let's go ahead and check the velocity on it. So just west of White City, kind of spin we're getting on this. And I'll tilt it up a little bit actually. But there's certainly inflow going on in that spot. So if there's rotation there, it's not intense yet. I do see rotation on it, it's just not as intense as stuff to the west. But that indentation near White City, that might be another developing tornado. That's a real possibility. That's kind of right about there. So around White City, heads up. Parkerville, heads up. You should be paying attention anyway, as that tornado warning is just to your west. It's moving really slow. But we may have another rotation developing there ahead of the old bad guy that's been hanging on here for a long time. So near Woodbine, that's where this suspicious rotation is at right now, almost right on top of Woodbine. As we loop this, you can see it's not racing across Dickinson County by any means. There's a rotation over Woodbine. There's also a second rotation just a couple miles northwest of Woodbine. And ultimately, unless it does some sort of a hard turn, I guess, it's going to continue digging deeper into Morris County. So Latimer, you're in the path of this, and Woodbine for sure. Okay, take the other source again for me. That's the view from Mike Sharuis. That's the storm moving into the northwest part of Morris County with just an amazing rotation there in the middle of a shot. So you can see, from looking at that with me, you can see how there's a tornado warning with that. But it's not down. It doesn't appear to be down, but you can certainly see very easily the spin going on right in the middle of that shot. So for Morris County, this is this dangerous storm that's just crawling your way. On the right side, that's called the beaver tail. And in the middle of it, you got the rotating wall cloud is what that is. That's just a very impressive storm, the amazing rotation. Right now, that shot looks like I can't see that it's down. This is from Jeffrey Winger. I think that's Noah that's with him. And they're looking at it from a different position there. But same storm. But again, I don't see that it's down on the ground right now. But if you're in Morris County, you know that's a serious storm for sure, and could touch down at any moment. It has already at several times, it appears. But I haven't had any reports of damage or anything like that. Okay, go ahead and take me back to the radar, please. Thank you very much. So now we have one tornado warning. A couple of them just expired. So we have the one tornado warning. Same storm that's had all the tornado warnings with it. Actually, we had one earlier that was up near Randolph. But this is the one that's produced the tornado warning after tornado warning after tornado warning. And it is now near Woodbine. And from what I saw there on the live camera, both of those, it looks like it's not down. But it certainly could touch down at any moment. This has had a persistent rotation for a long time. You can actually see it brightening up there. Let's see what kind of values I get here with this. These brighter whites there. 63 one direction, and we've got -3 the other direction. Let's try again. Let me zoom in closer. Yeah, there's some bigger data. There's some bigger numbers in there. There's one. 82. And let's see, what's this going to be? 13 the other way. Okay, so we've got enough. We have some pixels in there that are moving 80-something miles per hour. So, and that's, you know, when you find the pixels in like that, you know, when you're a distance from the radar, it's not going to catch, you know, the highest values a lot of times. It's going to catch some of them, but you've got particles and they're moving at least 80 miles per hour one direction, at least 20 the opposite direction. So overall, the whole spin is something like 100 miles per hour that I'm picking up on the radar. All right, take the other source again, please. And this is a shot from Jeffrey Winger's dash, and you can see that the rotation on that, and really the rotating wall cloud appears to be on the left side, and I think we might be looking at two different rotating wall clouds there. One on the right side, kind of in the middle, and the other one here in the upper left. I think that's the two different rotations. Just amazing. All right, so let's go ahead and take the radar back, please. I'll keep an eye on these guys. So again, you know, this is such a slow-moving storm that you can give a lead time of about 19 hours, I think, out ahead of it. It's moving it's so slowly, thankfully. So it's well advertised. So here we have a severe storm warning in the western part of Shawnee County, eastern part of Wabunsee County. This has winds to 60 miles per hour. It is making its way through the middle and east part of Wabunsee County right now. And that warning, if you're in Topeka, if your weather radio is screeching or your apps are screeching or whatever, we've had two different warnings in Shawnee County, and neither one of them touched the city limits. At least this might catch the very west edge. But for most people that are in Topeka, if your weather radios are screeching, that kind of thing, the storm is not in Topeka, and not really getting close to the city just yet. I'll bring up the Maple Hill view here. I'm trying to bring up here. So I was looking northeast earlier. Now we've got the shelf cloud almost to the tower. Okay, so there we go. There's the shelf cloud that's getting close to the WIBW transmission tower, with the strong straight line winds there. And I'm going to change over to another view here, and this is going to be the view from Council Grove, looking at the tornado producing storm, or the potential tornado that is over there in the northwest part of Morris County and the east central part of Dickinson County. And I'm going to try to make sure that I might even look at the storm that's coming into Morris County from Maple Hill camera as well. All right, take the other shot again, the other source. This thing is just unbelievable. That's the view there from Jeffrey Winger's dash camera as he's storm chasing over there in the east part of Dickinson County, close to the Woodbine area right now. And that could produce a tornado really any time. All right, bring the radar back, please. There you go. Look at the hook on this now. So there it is. This is moving a little faster. Confirmed tornado. Observed. Okay, so we have confirmed tornado right there. Take the other shot again, please. Yeah, there it is, right in the middle. Just to the left of that telephone pole. That's a tornado on the ground. That's a tornado on the ground right now from Jeffrey Winger's dash camera. So he's got it. Just to the left of that power pole there. That's it. So near Woodbine, you should be taking shelter right now. And that's moving slowly into the northwest part of Morris County. And it looks like it's either covered in rain now, or it's stopped touching down. But right there in the middle of that shot, that's where it is. Okay, take the radar again. So we have confirmed tornado with this. Jeff just had it on the live shot there. I saw debris coming up from the bottom for a moment there for sure. Hook right here, Woodbine there. That's a tornado. Confirmed tornado on the ground, a couple miles southwest of Woodbine. That's the location for this. We now have one tornado warning. We had 3 of them at one time earlier, kind of all on top of each other. Now we have the one, and it's obvious where it's at. It's just kind of right there south of Woodbine. And I'm going to back up the radar. It looks to me like I've got debris. I think this is debris right there, kind of straight south of Woodbine with this. I'm not saying, I don't know what it is. I don't know what debris has been hit or what's flying around. But Jeffrey just showed it touching down. It was pretty obvious. And you can see the rotation there and the very well-defined hook echo in the last frame of radar. Now it's still there, and we're going to be crossing over into Morris County shortly here with that rotation. Let's take Jeffrey's shot again, see if he's got it still. Okay, so if it's in there now, it's covering the rain. But he's in the right spot for it. And this is the shot from Mike Charouis, the antler collector. And you can see on the right side, he's got all kinds of people chatting with him from here in northeast Kansas. And again, it looks like it's rain wrapped to me. There's Mike on the left there. And these are both good guys here from locally. Mike's from Junction City, and Jeffrey's from over in Chapman in Dickinson County. And both couple of just great chasers and great people. They're great to talk to. And okay, back to the radar. So here you go. Confirmed tornado south of Woodbine, and most likely the spotters are looking through rain up toward the tornado at this point. That's probably why we've lost the shot there. Is it looks like it's rain wrapped, but it's confirmed tornado observed. And it looked to me like I could see it on the debris there a moment ago. So we're going to bring up the Weather Service warning. I want to read it. I didn't read it right away because I saw the saw it live on the camera, obviously, there. So we've got a tornado warning confirmed 2 miles northwest of Woodbine, moving southeast at 15. Northwest of Woodbine. Okay. I don't think it's there. Okay, well, it's near Woodbine. It's close to Woodbine still, no doubt about that. And it's moving into Morris County in the next couple of moments here. So if it was northwest of Woodbine, I don't know. I think it's south of Woodbine. So, okay. Either way, Woodbine is near a confirmed tornado, no doubt. We saw video of it. The radar showing the rotation south of Woodbine. Latimer and Harrington, you're awfully close to this. And Harrington, as many times we've seen the storm take dives to the south at different times, I'd be taking shelter in Harrington. You're right there on the edge of the warning, but take shelter. Latimer, you should be taking shelter as well. There's another spin over here, just northeast of the town of Hope. That's got a rotation showing up there as well. But again, this is a confirmed tornado with this, and we saw it there live on the video just a moment ago from Jeff's dash cam. And now I think it's wrapped in rain. But no doubt about it, that was a tornado on the ground that we had there from Jeffrey's shot. All right. So again, confirmed tornado with this as it's moving across Dickinson County and just about to move into Morris County. Town of Latimer should be taking shelter right now. And if you're in Harrington, you should be taking shelter right now as well. Again, it's confirmed tornado with this. It's touched down. We saw it live a few moments ago. So around Latimer, Harrington, you guys should be taking shelter right now with this tornado that has touched down. And if it's almost surely rain wrapped now, but right there, this looks like debris to me. And if you roll it forward here, the next couple of frames, I still see debris in that same area. So, and sometimes, I think what I'm looking at there is sometimes you get a report, a storm spotter report where something is. Sometimes you get a report that's where the storm spotter is instead of where the actual thing is. So I've had reports that are off by 10 miles because somebody can see a tornado for that distance, and it's reported and actually is not where the thing is happening. So southeast of Woodbine, that's where we have a tornado right now. I'm very confident of that. And folks around Latimer and Harrington, you're in significant danger right now. So this has touched down, and I'm also confident that's debris that I'm seeing here just south of Woodbine. That's 8:21, so that's 5 minutes ago. And then rolling it forward there, you still see the stuff flying around. So it may have hit something. That's a real possibility here. And it's going to be right along the Highway 77 is where we're located there. All right, so let's check out the reflectivity again. And again, this thing is crawling south, moving very, very slowly, but still around Latimer. You should be taking shelter. It's going to go across, what do we have? Highway 4 there. Folks in Harrington, from what these things have been doing today, we've seen the tornadoes many times start off with a southeast movement and then ultimately start heading straight south. So Harrington, part of town's in the warning and part of town's not. If you're in Harrington, you should be taking shelter, everybody that's in Harrington, truly. And the warning, like I said, it doesn't include the whole town. So if you have weather call, our product, if you're in Harrington, somewhere in these other areas that are southwest of the warning, you wouldn't have gotten a phone call. So Harrington Elementary School, for example, is not in the warning, but that's not far from you. And we've seen these tornadoes start going due south at times. We've seen the rotation start southeast and move straight south. So I would encourage you, if you're anywhere in Harrington or near Harrington, please take shelter right now, because that rotation is not far from you at all. Maybe 3 miles away at the most. It's just right there. I'm going to check the text on this again and see if the Weather Service gives us an update. And it really looks to me like there's more rotations that are developing farther to the northwest in this too. But that's the primary bad guys right there. Okay, let's read the text on this from 8:23. It's 5 minutes ago though. Okay, so they said 5 miles south of Woodbine, moving southeast at 15. Okay, so I don't know why we had this report of it being northwest of there earlier, but it's south of Woodbine. We got, yeah. I don't know if I don't know, somehow I read that wrong. I don't think I did, but we know where it is. Okay, new update. They've cropped it off. Okay, so we have a new area for the tornado warning, and they took off the red part, so it's no longer considered to be observed. Now it's considered to be Doppler radar indicated. So the text on this now, coming out last 15 seconds, located near Harrington. Tornado near Harrington, moving southeast at 35. Okay, if that's the case, we need a new warning. So if it's moving southeast 35 from near Harrington, first of all, Harrington, take shelter. Nothing else, just take shelter. If you're in Harrington and you haven't already, please take shelter. But if they have a tornado potential there that's moving southeast at 35, that's sped up, and we need a new warning for folks that are out ahead of that, because that is the very south tip of that warning. So Harrington, again, take shelter, please. And if you're in Morris County, you may be getting a new warning in the next couple of moments here. That's a real possibility. So right now, though, Harrington, I want you guys taking shelter. And if you're in Wilsey, go ahead and get your shoes ready, because you may be taking, getting into a tornado warning here in the next few moments. All right. I'm kind of looking on my camera, see if there's anything there, and I'm not going to just bring the camera up just because it exists. I don't see anything that's helping me tell a story as to where something dangerous might be. I do see another concern here, which is another rotation showing up over here near Carlton in the southwest part of Dickinson County. But we are expecting to see, this is the rotation near Harrington right now is the most dangerous thing that we have going by far. All right, this warning, still a severe storm warning that includes the Maple Hill area to Dover, not quite to Auburn, but getting awfully close to it. And this is still for 60-mile-per-hour winds. So 60-mile-per-hour winds with this. And from the WIBW transmission tower, you can see the storm that's arriving there. And look how fast the clouds are whipping by with that, as the heavy rain is just starting to get there to our tower. And the shelf cloud with that out ahead of it is likely becoming visible in Topeka, if not now, within the next few moments. And I'll turn around the camera here. Yeah, and you can see that feature coming into Topeka now from Menninger Hill. And again, this is not a high-end warning coming into Topeka, but the shelf cloud there is visible to the west from Menninger Hill. See lightning there. But that's a shelf cloud with winds 60 miles per hour moving into the west part of Shawnee County right now. So that is the warning that includes Shawnee County and over into Wabunsee County. Again, it's for winds to 60 miles per hour is the latest threat on that. All right, back to the tornado warning here. And we're going to zoom back in on this again. And again, right now, the Weather Service says it's not confirmed, but it's a tornado warning for Morris and Dickinson County going until 8:45. And the rotation now is really just kind of right there north of Harrington. And they say it's moving southeast 35 miles per hour. So with that kind of motion and that position, they would have to take it. They would have to take the warning farther. But look at that. The rotation looks like it kind of fizzled there. Look at that. Yeah, right there. Very intense for one frame. And you go forward, and the brighter colors are not there anymore. This thing just looks like it continues to spin up and then fall apart. Like it's just producing, funnel cloud after funnel cloud after funnel cloud, and then brief tornadoes. But there's more rotation to the west here near Carlton. There's a rotation there, very close to Highway 15 and Highway 4 in the southwest part of Dickinson County. We could see another tornado warning for that. This stuff down to the south is near McPherson and Empire now. That's all moving to the east. And as I mentioned earlier, if you've been watching me for a long time here, going for a while, but earlier I said that the low-level jet stream is expected to kick in, which generally happens right around sunset, which is now. and that can keep these storms going. So this stuff, just because the sun is setting soon, doesn't mean this is going to be over with necessarily shortly here. It could go till 10 or 11 o'clock pretty easily, as the storms near McPherson will probably continue making their way east. There's no doubt that Emporia is going to have a storm. It's just a question to me is if it would be something that's 60-mile-per-hour winds in Emporia or something higher end. Be concerned about Burlington as well, down to the Gridley area. All right, take the other source, guys. And that's Mike Sharouis is back in position on this tornado warning. As the rotating part of that is just north of Harrington, edging into Morris County now. You can see the base of that storm. I cannot see a funnel cloud or anything on the ground by any means there, but that's the right spot that Mike is in. He's getting out from past his windshield there so we can see better maybe. So again, that's the view there, right on the county line between Dickinson County and Morris County. All right, go ahead and take me back on the radar. We have a new tornado warning just issued that goes deeper into Morris County. So there's the rotation. I was mentioning a moment ago, they're going to have to take it forward, obviously. But 35 miles per hour was the motion they had earlier. They said it was near Harrington. And they're going to take this, looks like right off the leading edge of the hook there. So let's see what this warning says. And they've got it for west central Morris and southeast Dickinson. They say near Harrington, moving southeast at 15 again. Tornado golf ball size hail. Take shelter, obviously. So 15-mile-per-hour motion on this. And as I was mentioning, it seems like the rotations have been developing on this, and then one rotation falls apart and another one shows up. Take the other source again. So there's that shot from Mike. Just an amazing look at that storm cloud. And this thing's been going, I think, since 6:15. And we've seen rotation after rotation show up from the storm. But right now, it's a Doppler radar indicated tornado. It is west of Wilsey. It doesn't include White City. Council Grove is not in the tornado warning just yet, but it's getting closer to you guys. All right, take my radar, please, again. And this is going to be the view from Council Grove looking to the northwest toward that storm. There you go. That's looking from just right on the east edge of Council Grove to the northwest. You've got Council Grove Lake there on the right side of the shot. And downtown Council Grove will be just to the left, just barely out of that shot. Now temperatures, as I mentioned a moment ago, are still very warm. So sunsets in just a few minutes across northeast Kansas. But even though we're getting later here, we still have 84 in Emporia, 86 in Topeka, 84 in Ottawa. Temperature, the heat index is still 91 in Council Grove. And these storms, the storm going from Morris County heading down toward Lyon County, almost sure to still be severe when it gets down there. Now look at this thing. Now we have a hook in this thing right there near Dover. Okay. That has spin. And now that my camera is in the rain, I'm trying to get it pointed around so that I'm looking the right direction, but it is too covered in rain. It's just not going to show it to me. Okay. I'm going to look at the Menninger Hill view here. And I think I see a lowering in this thing now. So this is the storm near Dover, looking from Menninger Hill on the northwest side of Topeka. And it's getting covered in rain now as well. But we're going to have to watch Shawnee County now and the eastern part of Wabaunsee County in case we get a tornado warning in that area. So that's a real possibility now from what I see there on the radar. Take the shot again from Mike. That's amazing. The shot there that we have from Mike. That's at the county line between Morris and Dickinson County. of that live tornado warning that's going on there in the west part of Morris County is where it's currently located, moving southeast. All right, back to the radar, please. So this hook echo now showing up here near Dover. That's this. And it went from straight line windstorm to suddenly something that's spinning in just a few moments there. But if you're in Dover, Auburn, heads up, guys. Isaac, I want to say to push that, but if you're in that area, if you're in Dover and if you're in Auburn, you should be ready to take shelter right now. And I'm going to stick my head out the back door real quick. The best technology we have is our eyes sometimes. And it looks like a lowering to me. It's kind of over the horizon, but we might have a tornado warning issued for that in a minute. That's a real possibility. Okay, so heads up, Dover, Auburn. If you hear things screeching, it's going to be probably a tornado warning issued for you. That's a real possibility right now from what I see there. I wouldn't say it's on the ground, but it's rotating enough you could wind up with a warning shortly. That's a real possibility. All right, so this thing moving into the western part of Morris County. It's another situation that has several areas of rotation, but Harrington should be still taking shelter. Wilsey, it's not for Wilsey yet, but in there, there's another rotation. Looks like it's kind of backed up. There's a rotation here near Harrington. The primary area of rotation is kind of southeast of Harrington. But that storm, no doubt, still has several areas of rotation in it. And it's going to continue to move southeast toward Wilsey. So Wilsey takes shelter. Latimer takes shelter. Harrington takes shelter. I mean, surely. Right along Highway 56 here in the western part of Morris County. Anybody in this area should be taking shelter right now, as this could produce a tornado at any time. We keep watching these amazing shots of the structure of this thing from our storm chasers. Go ahead and take the other camera again. So that's the view from Mike Sharuis, who's storm chasing that. And if it's down, it's rain wrapped for sure. There's a shot from Jeffrey, who's looking at the same storm from the other side. And again, if it's down, I can't see it. But several times this evening, it has touched down. All right, come back to the radar again. They extended this severe storm warning farther across Shawnee County, and it does not include a big chunk of Topeka, but it does include the southern part. So from looks like 29th and Gage-ish, down to Burnett's Mound, down to Forbes Field are in this severe storm warning, and they've upgraded it. So you see it says golf ball size hail, 1.75 inch diameter, and considerable. So that's another level of severe storm warning. And they haven't gone tornado with it. There's definitely a hook echo there. I'm going to see if I can get better eyes on this thing, but there's hail the size of golf balls is a possibility now for Dover, and heading over toward Auburn. That's where the hail core is on this storm. Now from Maple Hill, the WIBW transmission tower, I don't think I can get eyes on this still. Yeah, I really can't see it. But an interesting shot here I do have this shot all the way from Council Grove to the tornado warned storm that is over near Harrington right now. And you can see the base of that storm way over there, but we can get it looking at the sunset light all the way over there. All right, so let's try. Try the Cyrus view from 10th in Kansas downtown and see if I can see this hail core, or if it's got some sort of lowering over here that's near going across the southwest side of town, or southwest side of the county. I've got it moving the wrong direction now. Okay. I don't think I will, but I might. So let's give it a look and just see if I can get it in a moment here. I'm not going to turn the radar off here. I'm bringing the radar back up. Okay, so we do have the severe storm warning that includes the southern part of Shawnee County and the southwest part of Shawnee County. What I'm concerned about there a lot is that hook that's showing up close to Dover. And it does have hail the size of golf balls with it, is what they're mentioning. And that means it has intensified for sure. Earlier it was just straight line winds, and it looked like it might be producing 60-mile-per-hour winds. And now we've upgraded this to golf ball size hail and winds to 60 miles per hour. That's heading for Auburn. And you probably see the hail over toward Forbes Field as well with this. So that storm has potential for hail up to the size of golf balls, and the hail core is right there coming across I-70 right at the Pottawatomie, or the Wabaunsee and Shawnee County line. So that is that storm. Now to the west, we have this dangerous storm with a well-defined hook echo now, and it has been going forever, it seems like. But near Latimer, you probably have large hail falling. Near Harrington, you've been in a tornado risk here for quite a while with this rotating storm that's touched down several times. And the most suspicious part now from that, if it's touching down, is right there over Highway 56, just east of Harrington. So let's check out the debris there, see if I see anything on it. And there very well might be some debris just to the east of Harrington. But certainly the risk of a tornado still exists there, no doubt. And it's moving to the east-southeast at roughly 15 miles per hour. So folks around Wilsey, Latimer, Harrington, you should all be taking shelter right now. And if you're around Council Grove, you should be ready just in case there's coming your way again. Let's check the other source again, the other from the storm chasers. See the lightning there probably. That's the view from Mike's dash cam, and that's the view from Jeffrey. Looks like Jeffrey's got a better look at the rotation there on this. And again, this is right on the county line, or actually it's not the county line. This is just east of Harrington now, right close to Highway 56 is where that lowering is going to be. All right, go ahead and take the radar again for me. There you go. So again, this is a dangerous storm. The rotation on that is wrapping up tighter again. You can see this kind of inflow right there that I'm kind of circling, and that's where it's flowing in. Potential tornado right about here. But when it starts to get more pronounced like that, many times it is intensifying. Now this thing has been intensifying, weakening over and over again all day. It stayed strong for hours, but at times it's been more organized than others. And a signature like that is certainly not one that that's not one that it's weakening. A signature like that is a sign of danger. So I'm going to go back over to the Council Grove camera here. I'm going to shift it in my show so I can get it faster. So this is going to be the view from Council Grove, looking a pretty long distance there across Morris County. But I want to see if I can get any look at the base of this from there. Sometimes with the sunlight behind it, it gives you a better look. But the heavy rain and hail are over here. If there's a tornado, we would possibly see it over in this area right here. And I know it's kind of a distance there from Council Grove, but many times the Westmoreland tornado I had on camera for more than 30 miles. So sometimes you can get fortunate and pick these out, or we're just fortunate and we can see there's not a tornado down. That's also a real possibility. So, all right. Still a severe storm warning for the eastern part of Wabaunsee County, and part of Topeka, and the south part of Shawnee County, and the north part of Osage County in this too. Carbondale, you're in this. Hail the size of quarters, 2-inch diameter hail now. So now we're going to 2-inch diameter hail, and 60-mile-per-hour winds are possible with this. So, and they are saying it's still radar indicated. So hail 2 inches diameter is possible with this, and the hail core of that would really be right about there. Just about to come across, what do we got there? Valencia Road and Glick, just south of I-70. And getting awfully close to Auburn Road. So take the other source if you guys will again. Thank you. So let's check out what it looks like on KDOT here from the west side of Topeka near Auburn Road. Apparently that camera is taking a beating of some sort. So it looks like it's out. That one's out. That one's out. This is I-70 west of Wanamaker in town. Just kind of going along until I found one that was working. So several of those are out, and I'm not sure if there's I don't want to say something's gotten all of them, taken them down, but there's a reason that a couple of them are down. I just don't know what it is. All right, go ahead and bring it back to the radar, please. So I was hoping to get a look there from I-70 at Auburn Road, but that's not going to happen. Well, we've got a hail core right there. It's about to come across Valencia Road, and then that's going to move toward areas like Lake Sherwood, most likely. So if you're around the Lake Sherwood area, down to South Wanamaker, south of 29th, down toward the YMCA, Clarion Woods, Clarion Lakes, you've got hail the size of golf balls, maybe even 2-inch diameter, coming that direction toward the south side of town. And on the velocity here, let's check it out. This it still has a hook on it near Dover. It's not a well-pronounced hook, but hail looks like it's a problem with this. So Topeka, south side of town especially, big hail. Looks like it's moving across town in the next few minutes here. All right, back over to the tornado producer. Just south of Latimer is the most dangerous area here. And what you'll see there in the last couple of frames is totally different. So a few minutes ago, we had this really big indentation here and a well-pronounced hook, tornado producing feature there. And now if you go forward, there is no indentation that's kind of apart from everything else. The indentation is still there, but it's filled in with rain, it looks like. That can happen. You can have a rain-wrapped tornado, obviously. So that's a possibility. The other possibility is maybe it is, maybe now the sun's gone down, maybe it lost enough energy to start to collapse. Maybe. This hook still exists over here, just south of Hope, close to Lost Springs. So that one does not have a tornado warning with it, but it sure could. But the tornado risk still continues near Latimer, Harrington, Wilsey. This is just to your northwest. And we continue to see embedded rotations in there over and over again. And the storm chasers, when they've seen them, it seems like we get it for a moment, and then it gets covered up by the rain again. So that storm, it could be just it could be just rain wrapped at this point. This storm that is near, it's in the southwest part of McPherson County, and they say this has 2.5-inch diameter hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds, and that is going to be a problem across McPherson County. It stayed south of Salina, mercifully, but folks over here in the northeast part of McPherson County also had the 100-mile-per-hour winds. There's areas in McPherson County that just had 100-mile-per-hour winds that could get 70 or 80-mile-per-hour winds here shortly. That's a real possibility for you guys. Over here, this is the tornado warning we have right now. It's the only tornado warning going on. There are 2 different rotations here. One just southeast of Latimer. The other one is this near Ramona and just south of Hope. And either one of those could produce a tornado. So currently that tornado warning goes till 9:15. It's Doppler radar indicated. I'm going to read the latest text on it and see what they have to say. This is just a couple of minutes ago. And they said near Harrington still, moving southeast at 15. So, I mean, Harrington's been near a tornado for 45 minutes, quite a long time. All right. All right, take the other camera, take the other source, please. This is how it looks from Mike Shruis again. And right there in the middle, I mean, that's it. That's a funnel cloud, unless the tornado's on the ground. So near Harrington, you guys should be taking shelter. That's a potential tornado right now. Right there in the he's near 177. He's on Highway 177 is where he is there. And then Jeffrey, his shot just totally in the rain. But there's Mike's, and you can really see the updraft there and what might be a tornado there in the middle, the right part of that. Okay, take back the radar, please. So again, these have been they've been producing tornadoes and funnel clouds, and then it basically just recycles close to the same area over and over again. There's new severe storm warning just issued over in Junction City. I'm going to show you that in a moment. This is this hail core that looks like it may have come down some. But the dark purple area there coming across Pleasant Valley School, that's 29th Street. So 29th and Glick. We have a hail core there near Pleasant Valley School. And that's going to be moving south or east-southeast, again toward the Lake Sherwood area. And ultimately over toward Montera and toward the Forbes Field area. So that's that storm. New severe storm warning over here. This is for Junction City. And this is for hail the size of golf balls and winds to 60 miles per hour. And a concern here is, check it out, that is north of all this activity. So the atmosphere is still unstable enough north of that to get this going. So again, we have a severe storm warning there for folks around Junction City all the way to Manhattan that are in this particular warning now. So around Junction City, again, hail about the size of a golf ball is possible. I'm going to take the shot at the other monitor, the source, if you will. That's Junction City now, I-70 at Highway 77. So extremely heavy rain there. I don't see hail falling in that shot, but certainly there could be. But Junction City all the way over to Manhattan is in that new warning, a severe storm warning. And again, a big concern I have there is that means that bring it back to radar, that means that the storms down here didn't stabilize the atmosphere enough to the north to keep that from happening. So there's still a lot of juice in there, creating more severe storms. All right. Topeka, we have the storm with potential of hail up to 2 inches diameter. The hail core is going to be right over Highway 4 now, just northeast of Dover. Looks like the biggest of the hail. Most of the city won't have this, but it's moving toward Lake Sherwood. It's moving toward Wanamaker, south of 29th. It's moving toward Forbes Field. Montera would be in that. Wakarusa might be in this. Most Topeka won't be in that particular part of the storm. And then to the west, again, we have a severe storm warning right there that was just issued that includes Fort Riley, Ogden, you're in this. And this has got a motion of northeast. Manhattan is in this as well. It really looked like Manhattan would be out of the threat here because the storms to the south seemed like they would have stabilized the atmosphere somewhat. But to produce a storm this strong directly north of that one's producing the tornado risk is remarkable. So right over Junction City now, big hail, probably the size of golf balls or close to it, right over Junction City Middle School, almost to Eisenhower Drive there, and just north of I-70. So I showed you the camera a moment ago. It's down here. So in the middle of town is where it looks like you're probably getting the hail that's up to a size of golf balls. Fort Riley, you're in the path of that. Stay inside, please. So if you're at Fort Riley, no doubt, a lot of people at Fort Riley are from all over the nation. So if it's the first time you dealt with something like this, the storm coming toward Fort Riley does not have a tornado warning. It's hail and damaging winds is what it looks like. So just stay inside. And if you're in Manhattan, that same storm is coming your way. And again, it doesn't look like a tornado threat coming up there, but certainly some hail and damaging winds are possible in Manhattan as well. Over here, this has been the star of the day, is this tornado warning that continues in Morris County until 9:15. So that's 18 minutes from now. And at any different 10-minute increment, it seems like this thing is just a totally different storm. It has a rotation, then the rotation gets pulled back into the storm, and then it just does it over and over again. So we've had tornadoes touch down with this. But if any tornado, tornadoes that have touched down, I don't think lasted for very long. There was a point where I thought we had some debris on the camera. I'm pretty sure we did, on the radar, I'm sure we did. But fortunately, it doesn't look like any sort of long track thing, thankfully, but it's been rotating forever. All right, take the other source, please. This is the view at Junction City again from I-70 at Highway 77. You're looking kind of to the west there, and this is the view looking to the northeast from there in Junction City. So again, it looks to me like the hail. Yeah, the hail is across the highway, really in the cities where the bigger hail is located. Let's check out the view from the storm chasers again. There's Jeffrey, and looks like Mike's out of good range right now. Okay, show me the radar again. Perfect, thank you. So here on the radar, the hook echoes are still evident there. The hook is closer to Wilsey, it looks like to me now. But it is really hard to pick out a part of that storm that is the definite tornado part. The area that's most suspicious to me for a tornado is really over here closer to Lost Springs at this point. But there's really no point in the last half hour. This is 30 minutes of radar. There's not really a point where you go, okay, yeah, that's it, and you track one spot for a long time. It's been that these areas with tornado warnings, we've had the tornadoes touch down and they get pulled back into the rain and they touch down again, is what it's looked like to me has been going on. So again, if you're around Harrington, still take shelter. If you're in Latimer, take shelter. Lost Springs area should be taking shelter. Wilsey, be ready to take shelter just in case. But we have another 15 minutes on this warning, and we'll see if they continue it. So let me get the latest. They haven't updated that in about 12 minutes. Oh, they have a new tornado warning. So Wilsey, take shelter now. I think you're in this warning. Yeah, you are. Wilsey, please take shelter now. You're in a tornado warning, okay, guys? I'm going to see where they think the rotation is. And the Weather Service issued this tornado warning in just a moment ago here. And they say 5 miles northeast of Burdick, moving southeast at 20. So you're looking at that as right about here. Right over Highway 54, or Highway 56. The eyes are failing me sometimes. All right, over Highway 56 and 2800 Road. That's where the rotation is. That's where they're seeing it, okay? So let's tilt the radar up a little and see if maybe I find the rotation more obviously at a higher elevation. I still see a problem over there near Lost Springs. So most likely, that's what they're seeing is this area right here. Either way, Wilsey, take shelter now, please. Harrington, you should still be taking shelter in Harrington. I just don't trust it yet. Lost Springs, you are pretty close to a rotation there from what I see. But this again is Doppler radar estimated, or Doppler radar indicated. It is not a confirmed tornado, but we still have the southwest part of Morris County that's under the tornado warning here. So please take shelter. Wilsey, I'd say the Lost Springs area should too. And anywhere on Highway 56 there in the western part of Morris County, you should be taking shelter, please. A little farther south, it's severe storm warning now for the Chase County and Marion County. They're saying 70-mile-per-hour winds. That's out ahead of the initial tornado warning. That has spin to it right there. Farther to the west, we still have a severe storm warning over in Reno and Rice County. So the severe storm warning we had earlier from McPherson County, that thing, look at how slow it's moving. It's just 30 minutes of radar. It hardly moved at all. I mean, truly, there's a tornado warning now with that. So this is just stationary. That's unbelievable. So a few moments ago, I was looking at a storm moving into McPherson County that hail up to 2 inches diameter and winds to 70. And I came back to look at it, expecting it to be advancing. And it's exactly the same place we left it 30 minutes ago. It has hardly left. The only thing it did is now it's producing a tornado warning that's almost surely going to have a stationary motion on it. So this is a really, really wild evening, really weird weather. Okay, back here to Junction City. Things should start calming down in Junction City. Fort Riley, you're going to have strong winds, 60, 70 miles per hour, hail the size of golf balls possible, the heaviest of the hail, the biggest hail, going right toward Fort Riley. Ogden, kind of downstream from this, it's going right over the south part of Milford Lake as well right now, it looks like. But that storm does have large hail with it. In Topeka, we have a severe storm with hail of size, just bigger than golf balls possible. And the worst of that is staying south of 470. There's the worst right there, that purple ball. So this is going to be close to 61st and Auburn Road is where it is now. Almost over to the Washburn Rural High School and Middle Schools. It's getting very close to you guys in that area. But it looks like it's going to stay south of 470. And the hail core certainly could affect folks that are there on Lake Sherwood. David, what?
Are you doing okay?
I'm good.
Need anything?
If you guys have video or anything interesting to throw in, you know, that's fine.
We'll see what we have.
Okay. All right. So the tornado warning continues for Morris County, and this is another one of these where I'm concerned about another one of these hooks. So there's a hook right here, just in the southwest side of Topeka. And I'm not saying tornado, but, you know, as I mentioned earlier, the storm that's near Junction City now is far enough north that it would seem like it wouldn't have enough instability to have become as nasty as it has. So on nights like this, you start to not trust any of the storms at all. So I'm going to try to get my camera from Maple Hill. I'm going to turn it. I want to be able to see toward that hook, because the hook that's in the southwest side of Topeka is not visible. That feature is not visible from my cameras. You can see right there from Menninger Hill. I can't see over there because of the heavy rain. But I'm going to try to see it from over in Maple Hill and see if I can see anything. And I really can't. You know, we're past sunset here, and what I'm looking at there is going to be just the city lights lighting up the heavy rain. That's the view I have. So kind of in the center right of that is where I'd be looking at if something was suspicious, and it's just not going to give me a look, unfortunately, at what's going on over there. So I just, either way, the Weather Service has not put a tornado warning out for that. They're saying hail the size of a golf ball, or larger than golf balls, up to 2 inches diameter. So that's what it is now. It's for Lake Sherwood and areas south of 470. It's hail up to 2 inches diameter is a possibility. But you can see the hook as well as I can right in there, and that's suspicious or fishy, whatever you want to call it. So we'll continue to watch it. This is a tornado warning over here. And for the southwest part of Morris County, I do want you guys taking shelter, please. If you're on Wilsey, Harrington, Latimer, you're in this tornado warning. And you know, Harrington's been in tornado warnings, it seems like, for a year now. And there are just multiple areas of rotation on this again. So it seems like it calms down. That is amazing. There's so many different spots of rotation in this thing. What I would just say now is Harrington takes shelter, Latimer takes shelter, Wilsey takes shelter, Lost Springs takes shelter. This is, you know, that thing's been rotating forever. And now we've got what looks like 4 different areas of spin in that particular storm. Just really amazing. All right, come back to the other source, guys. This is how heavy the rain is on Mike Sharuas. And, you know, we're going to have flash flooding from this, no doubt. So that's what it looks like for him. And then this is from Jeffrey's dash cam, which is not as rough at the moment. All right, so again, we have the severe storm that's coming toward Manhattan. Right now it's a view at K18. But the storm's getting closer to you guys. All right, take it back to radar again. And again, the storm with the tornado warning in southwest Morris County, there are several areas of rotation in that. The worst of which is this, right there. This is the worst rotation. a moment ago that didn't exist, but that's the worst rotation right there, is in the southern part of the county. So that's kind of out ahead of a lot of where the storm is. I mean, maybe it's an outflow or something. I'm not sure, but the southwest part of Morris County there has several areas of rotation. But I would just say in Wilsey, take shelter. Anybody close to, if you're in Wilsey or anywhere west of Wilsey, south of 56 in Morris County, take shelter, please. There are several areas of spin there that are showing up on the radar, and it's not a classic rotation that you normally see in a tornado where you can just say, okay, that's obviously it. This is several areas of spin, and it's convoluted to try to pick it out. Just take shelter in the southwest part of Morris County for a few minutes, please. All right, good news here. This thing that went through Junction City is losing some intensity as it makes its way to Fort Riley and Ogden. That hail is not as big as it was. Still making its way toward Manhattan. So Manhattan, you're still in a severe storm warning. And the storm in Shawnee County, this is extremely heavy rain. Still has a suspicious hook there just east of Dover that is located near Lone Tree School. And some of the locations on here, I'm not 100% sure. Not sure if Lone Tree School is still there or not. Prairie View Golf Club is there, but we're close to 61st and Valencia, kind of north of that. There's Auburn Road right here. So this fishy area I have right there is what I see is a hook echo, and if it was going to produce something that if it was going to produce a tornado, that's where it would be. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that's the area I'm most suspicious of. Has a hook, has an updraft, it's spinning, but it's producing hail, especially on the southwest side of town right now. So right along Wanamaker from I'd say 21st all the way to 61st. Extremely heavy rain right now on Wanamaker. That's down. The heavy rain's getting into the Lake Sherwood area for sure now, and is almost over to Highway 75. So the storm near Junction City is finally losing its intensity, but it really popped up in a strange area. So the Junction City storm is going toward Fort Riley and Ogden and Manhattan, is losing intensity. I'm going to check the velocity and see if it's moving particularly fast. Not really. But look at this. What's over there? There's a it's the southwest of Wakefield. There's a rotation showing up there. Green is in and red is out. So it's kind of backward. I don't know if that's a wake low or what in the world that is. That's a really weird feature. That's bizarre. Okay. This has been a really weird one. Okay. So the southwest part of Morris County, by far the most dangerous here. Several areas of rotation, no doubt. And for Council Grove, the most dangerous part of it has been staying off to your southwest so far. And we'll check out the view there from Council Grove and see if we see anything. Probably won't, but there's been so many areas of rotation in this. So again, if you're in Council Grove, you're not in the tornado warning at this point. But from Wilsey to the southwest in Morris County, you are in the severe storm warning or tornado warning. And eventually here, we're going to start looking at folks in Emporia and Lyon County as it starts coming in that direction. Here's the view from the west side of Topeka, Menninger Hill, where we have extremely heavy rain near 470. But the worst of the storm is certainly south of that location. And I'll be able to check 470 in a minute and see if the hail is actually coming across the city or not, or if it's staying south. It looks like the hail was not as big as it was. But again, Topeka, the south part of town, is still in a severe storm warning right now for winds to 60 and hail up to golf ball size. All right. That is that storm. The thing that's in Junction City, I don't think this warning will continue. It goes until 9:50. It's only 2 more minutes. So yeah, they're not going to cancel early. But the severe storm warning for Manhattan, if you're in Manhattan and you got your weather radio or your apps going off about the severe storm warning coming, it's not going to make it to Manhattan. That's falling apart rapidly. So in Manhattan, you can chill. This is a new tornado warning. Now what do we have? And again, this is just dropping out, rotation in different areas repeatedly here. So check the National Weather Service source here. What do they say? Okay. So they're continuing a tornado warning until 9:45 for the southwestern part of the county. And they say 9:12 p.m., 1 mile west of Burdick, moving southeast at 20. Okay? Southeast at 20. So we have a tornado warning right there until 9:45. We have tornado warning right there for 1 more minute. So this, going until 9:45, is the only active tornado warning we have at the moment. And the rotation on that is more impressive than it was right there. That's it. So right along BB Avenue and 2800 Road. And then this stuff down here along the county line with Chase County, that's suspicious as well. But the tornado, the rotation that they're looking at right here is this stuff in here. Yes, they're saying it could be a tornado. So if you're in Council Grove, the rotation has really kind of stayed out of Council Grove. The heavy rain certainly is affecting you guys, but it looks like the danger of seeing a tornado has really stayed in the southwest and northwest, west, and southwest part of Morris County. This thing over here, I'm going to check it out. That rotation is almost stationary. That's in Rice County, right here. Look at that. Just absolutely sitting almost still in Rice County. So that storm was one I was watching earlier because it looked like this was going to blast over into a McPherson County and, possibly a tornado warning that would come over to Chase or even Lyon County. But that storm has just absolutely stopped. It's like it's dropped an anchor and it's just sitting there in Rice County. So the flash flooding in some areas is going to be, extreme. All right, there's the severe storm warning for Shawnee County again, and Wabunsee is now out of this. The northern part of Osage County is still in it, just the north central part, and they've even carved Carbondale out of this severe storm warning. And this was for hail 2 inches diameter. Now they have it down to nickel-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So the hail is not even up to the threshold of a severe storm warning, and the wind is at the low end of the threshold for a severe storm warning for this thing that's coming across Shawnee County now. Can you take the other source for me? Here you go. That's I-70 at Wanamaker. I'm going to go down to the one that's got video here. Is that it? Nope. Now we're over in Kansas City. This is it. Okay, so that's 470 south of Gage, and the winds there are not extraordinary to me. It's a downpour for sure, but I don't see wind that's something extreme there. That's Mike's video, and that's Jeffrey. Okay, take me to the radar again. Thank you. So the storm in Shawnee County looks to me like it's weakening. Still considered to be a severe storm until 9:30, but this storm in Topeka and Shawnee County does not look like it's producing anything high-end from what I see. The storm that was in Junction City heading toward Manhattan has completely fallen apart. So 30 minutes ago it looked like Manhattan might get hail and damaging winds, and now it's not even going to rain. That's gone around Manhattan. Okay, so Manhattan, you're good. And maybe this is starting to calm down here. So the southern part of Morris County, just southwest of Wilsey, is the rotation on this. And this is going to be areas that are to the west of Highway 177, south of 56. So that area, that part of Morris County, not even Wilsey now, it's even southwest of you. You've been carved out of it. But the rotation of that is going to be moving into Chase County very slowly here. And we're going to have to be concerned about Chase County and then maybe Lyon County as well. Now this watch, the tornado watch goes till 9 p.m. and I have not glanced over to see if they continued it. It looks like they did. So let's see how far they continue this thing. Goes till 11. Okay, so they've upgraded it to go till 11 p.m. It includes Topeka. It's got Jackson County in this, and all the areas to the south, of course, as well. Okay, so it goes till 11 o'clock now. It was going till 9. They've extended it. That said, now that I saw that storm fall apart up here around Manhattan, that's great news. If stuff's falling apart, then that maybe that trend will continue. All right, widespread flooding reported in Wamego. That was about 40 minutes ago. And what else we got? Continuing the tornado warning there in Morris County, southwestern Morris County. They issued new severe storm warning for Morris County now. All right, let's check out the flooding. See how much rain we've gotten from this recently here. Okay, so flash flood warnings for a big part of Morris County, Gary County, and over into Dickinson County as well as Ottawa County. This big bullseye yellow there is about 3 inches of rain over the last hour of the western part of Morris County. So not a surprise that we'd have flash flooding for you guys. If you're there, use extreme caution. Don't drive through floodwater. When you have 3 inches of rain in an hour, you can have flash flooding in areas where you've just never seen flooding before. So use extreme caution. If you don't have to be on the roads, I would try to stay off the roads. All right, now we're watching this tornado warning, and it looks to me like this rotation is coming across the county line into Chase County. And they just canceled it. Good. So, the National Weather Service has now canceled the tornado warning for Morris County. So that means that we do not have any counties in northeast Kansas under tornado warnings. We do not have any high-end severe storm warnings across the area either. And as I've been talking now for almost exactly 3 hours, and I like doing this, but I'm not going to stay on here unless there's a danger. So in Morris County, what we've got right now is a severe storm warning for hail the size of quarters and winds to 60 miles per hour. I'm suspicious of this stuff coming across Chase County. I want to see if this actually produces a damaging wind event that whips toward Emporia. I'm concerned about Emporia and Lyon County and Chase County for a damaging wind event with that over the next couple of hours, maybe tornadoes. The stuff near Topeka is no longer a severe storm and is really just a heavy rain across the south side of the city. From 17th Street south is a very heavy rain right now. The severe storm warning in Morris County has winds that could be up to 60 miles per hour. And I want to check my camera there one more time before I send you guys back to CBS programming. And maybe it's so dark that I can't see it. All right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and go back to CBS programming here, and we'll have an update on 13 News at 10. Let's keep the live stream going for another 10 minutes here in case they tornado warn again for Morris County. But let's keep the live stream going for 10 more minutes. But Bridge, I want to send people back to 13.1, their CBS programming, because right now we have a severe storm warning for Morris County, Council Grove for hail the size of a ping pong ball or a wind of 60 miles per hour. So that's the worst we have right now. Okay, stay with the live stream. We'll stay there for another few minutes here, and if we have something upgraded here, we'll break back in on TV. Thanks for staying with us. We'll keep you safe and informed. Take me to the other source, please. This is in Harrington. There's damage. That's Jeffrey's shot there. So around Harrington we have damage. We had tornado warnings there repeatedly, of course, and I don't know how bad that is. It says Harrington is where he's at here. So you can see the damage there from Jeffrey's shot. So we've got some damage there around Harrington. And I'm just seeing that with you. This is the first time I've seen it or know of it. So that's a live shot from Jeffrey Winger's storm chase car. All right, let's go back to the radar, please. Around Council Grove and Wilsey, we saw extremely heavy rain coming through. Hail about the size of a ping pong ball is what they're indicating with this. Now, these storms have been really difficult to pinpoint where rotation is because it seems to last for about 4 minutes and then go away and pop up someplace else. This is a really weird one. Typically with rotation, you see it kind of ramp up and it goes away, or ramps up and gets worse, or it'll kind of maintain. But this has been a really, really weird one that we have rotations that kind of pop up and vanish in different parts of the storm. Right now, the classic look I see is right here, getting into Chase County. When I see that, I start thinking, okay, that could be a tornado. And there's rotation there. But these storms have been mutating and changing so much, and it seems like the rotations are getting pulled back into the rain, that it's been kind of a weird one and a difficult one to pinpoint where everything is. Obviously tonight, most of the tornado warnings were in Dickinson County, and then it was Morris County, western Morris County basically. So we didn't have this popping up all over the place, but it just seemed to kind of happen with rotations that lasted just a short time, and a new rotation would take its place. I want you to check this out. This is a 2-hour-long radar loop, okay? That's Rice County. So 2 hours ago, it's really an hour ago, I was looking at the storm coming into McPherson County and thinking that this could be a tornado at that time. I was thinking this could come across McPherson, Marion, Chase, maybe be a problem for Emporia. Okay, that's what I thought from looking at the trend. In 2 hours, the storm has not moved. It's not moved at all. There's a hook right here. We've had tornado warnings with this one for about an hour, and it has not moved. These areas in the eastern part of Rice County, I can't even imagine how much rain has fallen there in eastern Rice County and the southwest part of McPherson County. This is going to be a huge, huge rainfall there. And you can see just time after time after time, hook echoes forming there in the same area, not more than about 5 miles of movement with the hook echo. So right there in the eastern part of Rice County, let's see the sort of rainfall estimate we have. And this will be a 1 hour. So we'll take this and do 2 hours. Let's do 3. So in 3 hours there, you got 4 or 5 inches of rain. It's just amazing. But that storm has hardly moved. This bullseye is near Chapman Junction City, where that storm was moving so slow. We had it just churning out rain and hail for a long time. But we've got an area there, at least 4 or 5 inches of rain that's fallen. There's a flood warning for northern Dickinson County. Says that 3 to 4 inches of rain fell, more rain falling. And again, right now, northeast Kansas, we don't have anything high end as far as severe weather goes. In Council Grove, now we've got, we're back to a 2-inch diameter hail. Let me see that, where it is. It's probably in the south central part of the county. I'm not sure it's as big as 2 inches. Oh, now it's back down to 1.25 inches. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. Let's read it. Okay, 2 minutes ago, moving east at 45 miles per hour. That's new. We haven't seen anything moving that fast. 2-inch diameter hail. Possible. 6 miles south of Wilsey. So you're looking down here with 2-inch diameter hail possible and a 70 mile per hour winds, and it's moving at 45 miles per hour. We have not seen anything moving close to that fast all evening. So again, that notch right there in Chase County is the suspicious thing to me. And I'll be watching here from the Emporia camera there. I'm setting it up now so I can see that view. So, and with this camera, I love this camera. It's probably my favorite one. But it's in a position where the tower is going to block part of my view of that storm. So that's looking to the northwest from Emporia. The storm's going to be kind of blocked by the tower. Take the other source, if you guys will, again, please. And again, this is from Jeffrey Winger, and he is a storm chaser out of Chapman, Kansas. A really good guy. And the reason that you're looking at damage there in front of him. Now, the reason that Jeffrey is sitting there right now is not to give us this view. He is checking on people. That's what he's going to do. Harrington is very close to where Jeffrey's from, so he's not leaving the shot there for us. He left the car there to go and check on people. That's what these guys are. So I don't know if anybody's hurt there around Harrington. I have no idea. I don't know. And the first image I got of damage there is from him. Now, this is Mike Sharuis, and I'm not sure where he is at this moment. But he's driving through some areas there where they have extreme rain and some flash flooding, obviously. But again, I believe Harrington is where Jeffrey is, and they had several tornado warnings there over and over again. And I'm not sure if a tornado touched down or if this is from straight line winds or what it is. I don't know if everybody's okay. I just don't know. But again, as I mentioned, the reason that car is sitting there right where it is not about this shot. It's about this guy is out there making sure everybody's okay. That's who Jeffrey is. He's a good dude. All right, let's check out the radar again, please. And we have, the strongest thing we have is this storm that is now getting, we have some hail falling in Morris County. If it produced a tornado, it would be across the county line in Chase County. It's not a tornado warning. I'm just saying if it did. And ultimately, I'll tell you what's interesting there to me as well. Danny, you have anything for me?
Yeah.
What?
At some point, I want to change the battery before we get into the 10.
Okay.
And also, I've got 2 videos for you. One called St. George Funnel and another one called Tuttle Creek.
That you can bring up?
Yes, if you call for them once I get back in there.
I can't call for it right now when you're in here.
Not right now, because I came in to tell you this.
I forgive you for pointing out that I'm the one not wearing an earpiece.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to change this microphone battery fast,
it'll
guys.
just be off for a
Change
second.
it. Go ahead and change it now. It's okay. I figured it out. All right. Yeah, when you get back in there, just roll them, and I'll.
When I get back in there, we got St. George,
St. George and Tuttle? Okay. When you get in there, just roll it.
About 25 seconds.
Thank you. All right, so Denny has got some video for me. We're going to roll video from St. George and from over at Tuttle Creek Lake. And again, the tornado warning we have right now is over here in Rice County, that one that's hardly moving. And closer to our viewing area, in the viewing area, Council Grove, we'll see hail the size of golf balls possible and probably some damaging winds possible across the southeast part of Morris County as well, judging what I'm seeing right there. And I'll hang here, and whenever you're ready to roll those, I'm ready to see them. All right, so this is near St. George earlier. You can see the rotation of that storm there, and this did not produce a tornado. That looks like a shelf cloud and some rotation in this one from Bailey. Thank you, Bailey. And this is a time lapse. Oh, look at that. That is spinning. That did have a tornado warning with it. John Strawn at Tuttle Creek Lake. And you can see that's the definition of rain wrapped right there. So you saw the spin, and then now you can't. Once the rain gets between you and the rotation, that's a great example of what a rain-wrapped tornado is. And it didn't touch down there, but that's the storm we were looking at earlier that was going toward Randolph and toward Louisville. But that was an amazing video that really showed the rotation. And okay, you can see it. The storm spotter can see it. And all of a sudden, the rain comes between you and the storm, and you can't. It shuts down the information that the person's getting that's spotting it at that point. Okay, so what I was looking at here a moment ago here on the radar, I'm going to back up a little bit here so I can show you this here. Okay. Look in here near Wilsey and Council Grove, the back edge of the rain, or the front edge of the rain at 9:13. I'm going to roll this forward up to now, up to 9:35. So in 20 minutes, we've had that part of the storm actually move, whereas so many storms today have been, it seemed like just stationary. So in 20 minutes, that part of the storm moved along almost 15 miles. We haven't seen anything moving that speed. It's 3 times that. We're like almost 50 miles per hour. So the storm, at least the anvil of it, some part of it's moving 50 miles per hour to the southeast. That's probably that the storms are losing their updraft and beginning to become more outflow. So that means that when this gets over into Emporia, it's probably going to be very windy, is my speculation at this point. So let's check out the Emporia view again really quick here. I'm going to see if I see a shelf cloud. So we're looking to the northwest from this. I don't see a shelf cloud yet, but you can certainly see the lightning, obviously. But for Emporia, you're not going to have to worry about a tornado risk. It's very unlikely. I am concerned, I'd say, about folks in the middle of Chase County. As a matter of fact, now I think about it, this camera can see. I was keeping it there because I couldn't see northwest a moment ago, but I can see straight west. So I can actually see over by Cottonwood Falls. And if it does anything tornadic or anything like that, we might be able to see it over there. That's a real possibility. So that's the view from the Emporia camera. And Washburn University sponsors this. I know Washburn's not in Emporia. Some people have corrected me on that several times, and I appreciate it. But Washburn sponsors the camera, and they spend a lot of time, money, and effort helping us get it back up there. We didn't have a camera in Emporia for almost a year because this one was struck by lightning. And some of the original players had moved on to different things, and Washburn partnered with us, and they knew I wanted a camera back there badly. And this is just such an important camera. Many times our storms come from the southwest, so this is the first camera we have that gets an eye on a lot of stuff coming from the southwest. In this case, the storm's going the other direction, but that's the view there on the west side of Emporia, looking over into Chase County. And I did pick up a tornado on this over near Cottonwood Falls in Strong City a couple of years. I don't know what year it was. might have been 2022, but we could see it. I could see it all the way over there in the middle of Chase County, which is pretty remarkable that it would do that. So right now, just as I keep thinking I'm going to shut the stream down here and get ready for the 10 o'clock show, still seeing a hook echo and this over here. And I wonder if, oh my gosh. I wonder if Doug Crisp is over the storm chasing. I'm sure he is. And I can't get him up on this thing. I'll bet you Doug Crisp is over the storm chasing this thing. And if he is, he's probably got an amazing view. But Strong City, Cottonwood Falls. If somebody's dealing with a tornado warning, if somebody has a tornado potential right now, over here, it'd be that area. Chase County is technically in the Wichita viewing area, but if we get a tornado over there, I would probably rake in a TV and cover it. It doesn't look like the body of the storm is super intense. It just has this hook and rotation there in the southwest part. Let's see there. I'm going to save this one. I don't think that's capable of producing a tornado. I really don't. Now this thing over to the west is still hardly moving, and it's producing like multiple hooks now. That thing is wild. Okay, so for folks that are around Emporia and Americus, Admire, Allen, Olpe, the storm coming from your northwest is probably going to produce winds of 60 and hail the size of quarters. It looks like it's weakening from what I see there on the radar. I think it's more impressive on reflectivity than it really is from what it's doing. I think it's just more impressive on the reflectivity. I don't think that it's really I think it's just fooling me with the shape. All right, so there you go. Strong City, Cottonwood Falls. Just stay inside while this goes by. And they do say that it's got winds to 70, possible with this, which probably means it's becoming outflow, is most likely the case. Okay. Denny, I'm going to look at you through the window. You mean to shut up at 5 minutes till? Or sooner? 10 minutes till. Okay, deal. There's a rotation there that's in the north central part of Chase County. And I've got this feeling as soon as I end this, that suddenly they're going to drop a tornado warning on it. Eight minutes? All right. You got a deal. Thank you, Denny. All right, folks, what I'm doing right. Can you take the other source for me, Danny, please? All right, so these are some of the videos and pictures folks have been sending to us. This is at Wamego. Melissa sending us into us, flooding at the Wamego rec complex. You see all the rain there, and yeah, Oh my, so that's where all the fireworks goes down. This is Mammatus Clouds from Teresa. That's just an amazing shot there. This is near Auburn earlier. There's the supercell near Strong City. This is 5 miles south of Dover. And that's the rotation we were looking at earlier on the radar. And it wasn't enough to kick out a tornado warning or produce a tornado, but that's the rotation I was looking at earlier, I'm sure of it. And Mariah had a better look at it than I could get from one of the cameras. Thank you, Mariah. I was really curious about that. I do appreciate that. This is from Keene. That's the same thing. Chuck Grizzly Kid says Keene funnel cloud. Yeah, probably so. Probably so. From Brittany Miller, it's near Dover. That's the rotation we were looking at earlier. And again, it produced some big hail, but it doesn't appear that thing ever got close to producing a tornado, thankfully. And what else we got? Oh my, Wamego. Oh no, guys. Wamego, Megan. Cars and deep water there again. Ugh. Okay. This is a pretty wild one there. It's from Melissa Roberson in Shawnee County. All kinds of great videos and pictures today from you guys. Ooh, west of Rossville, yeah. From Colton, thank you. That's a funnel cloud for sure. So that was the one earlier that I think was coming toward from the northwest and ultimately was kind of fizzling. All right, so go ahead and bring back the radar, please. Thank you. So we have the severe storm warning still in Morris County and the northern part of Chase County. 70-mile-per-hour winds possible with this, and hail about the size of a ping pong ball is what they're saying with this. Now, on the live camera, we're going to look there west of Emporia. All right, good. Doug, I just got your message. Thank you for sending that to me. And Doug, I had some problem with different systems today, so I couldn't bring up the Facebook Live to see you. But I'm glad you got to go out and chase today. But thanks for messaging me. I'm glad to hear from you, man. All right. So again, that's looking to the west or east, looking west from Emporia now. So that's the storm over in Chase County. And it is by far the most exciting thing we have going. 70-mile-per-hour winds, hail the size of a quarter is what they're saying with this. Most likely, this is losing its intensity. It's still a strong storm, no doubt, and it still has this suspicious hook on it. I mean, this storm, you know, and a brilliant fellow from the National Weather Service once told me that once the storm goes bad, they tend to stay bad. And this is the one that produced all the tornado warnings over there in Morris County earlier. And now it's got rotation on it that is more evident than it was a few minutes ago by far. So in Chase County, around Strong City and Cottonwood Falls, you are not in a tornado warning at the moment, but you sure could be. And I don't know that they would necessarily, if they did drop a tornado warning on this, not sure they would go into Lyon County. I don't think they would. Probably not. But just about the time that I think maybe I can take my eye off and get ready for the 10 o'clock show here. No, and that's okay. I'm here with you guys. So again, we're going to take the video there from Emporia, looking to the west. I'm actually going to step off to a super high resolution monitor here so I can see this better. Yeah, on the right side there, just to the left of the pole that this camera's on, you can see a lowering in this. And what you're looking at there is where I-35 and the Kansas Turnpike and Highway 50 all kind of come together on the west side of Emporia. That's where we're looking right here. And if you did not know, that's very close to where an F4 tornado touched down back in 1974 on June the 8th. So if you know about the Topeka tornado in June 8th of 1966, many of us do. If you know about the Manhattan tornado on June 8th of 1966, then you get bonus points for that. But if you know that Emporia was hit by an F4 on June 8th of 1974, then you study weather a lot, or you were there. If you were in Emporia in 1974, you certainly know. But I believe there were 6 lives lost there. It hit a mobile home community on the west-northwest side of town back in 74. And I don't remember that because I was 1. But that's where we're looking right now. We're looking over to the west into Chase County. Just to the left of that pole, as once in a while, I'm seeing a lowering there. It just depends on where the lightning strikes, if it lights at the right direction so you can see it or not. All right, Isaac, is that you? Go ahead and shut it down. All right, Denny, let's shut it down. Thanks for staying with us here on the live stream. We'll see you on 13 News at 10, and if it's wild after the 10, we'll come back. Thank you.